Kindly get seated. We are about to start the program. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty, staff, and students of NIT Calicut and other distinguished guests and alumni, a very good morning to all of you. I, Dr. Preeti, and Dr. Vinay Joseph are truly delighted to have you all here today. Your presence underscores the importance of this occasion, the 63rd Foundation Day of our institute. Let us start by seeking the blessings of the Almighty through an invocation. May I request Dr. Anjana Bhaginath, Faculty of Department of Architecture, for the prayer. Also, request the audience to rise up for the prayer.
जीनी 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 चदरिया काहे के ताने काहे के बरनी काहे के ताने काहे के बरनी कौन तार से जीनी चदरिया जीनी 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 इंगला पिंगला ताना भरनी इंगला पिंगला ताना भरनी सुषमन तार से बीनी चदरिया सुषमन तार से बीनी चदरिया जीनी 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 आठ कमल दल चरका डोले आठ कमल दल चरका डोले पांच तत्व गुणी बीनी चदरिया जीनी 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 चदरिया काहे के ताने काहे के बरनी काहे के ताने काहे के बरनी कौन तार से जीनी चदरिया जीनी 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 जीनी
Thank you, Dr. Anjana. Now, I have the privilege of inviting our guests of the day to the dais. I request the dignitaries, the chief guest, the guest of honor, the chairperson of the Board of Governors, the director, the Dean Planning and Development, and the Dean Alumni and Corporate Relations to come to the stage and occupy the respective seats on the dais. Thank you, sirs and ma'am. The Dean Planning and Development, Professor Priya Chandran, will now welcome the dignitaries.
Good morning to all distinguished guests. Chairman Shri Gajala Yogananji, Dr. B.K. Das, Director General ECS DRDO, Swami Atma Priyanandji, Pro-Chancellor, RKMVERI, our honored dignitaries, our former Director in Charges and Director, our Director Professor Prasad Krishna, Swami Narsimhanandaji, Ramakrishna Ashram Kozhikode, our Deans, HODs, Center Chairs, faculty members, staff and students, and retired and cherished members of our NIT faculty and staff, and our alumni. A warm and gracious welcome to each and every one of you as we gather here today to celebrate a momentous occasion, our 63rd Foundation Day. This day marks not only the beginning of our journey, but also the culmination of our efforts, dedication, and vision that have propelled us to where we stand today. We are truly honored to have in our midst esteemed personalities who have graced us with their presence. Let me welcome our Honorable Chairman, Board of Governors, Shri Gajala Yoganand-ji, who by his presence in all our important celebrations and events motivates us to reach greater heights and has gracefully agreed to inaugurate the program. Dr. B.K. Das, DG of ECS DRDO, eminent scientist and well-wisher of the Institute. Truly a personality to look up to and get inspired. Your presence here today adds prestige to our celebration. On this auspicious day, we reflect upon the significance of our foundation. It is a testament to our commitment to progress, innovation, and the pursuit of excellence. We stand united in our achievements, fortified by our shared values and a resolute determination to make a difference. Let me welcome Swami Atmapriyanand-ji, an epitome of selflessness and simplicity, as we eagerly await his words of in-depth wisdom and secrets of spiritual well-being. To our Director, Professor Prasad Krishna, your presence and encouragement reaffirms our belief in unity and futuristic thinking. Your insights and experiences inspire us to dream bigger and reach higher. I welcome Professor Anil Kumar, Dean, Alumni and Corporate Relations, the force behind the Distinguished Alumni Awards, an innovative step towards alumni involvement and presence for sustained growth of the Institute. As we celebrate today, let us remember that our foundation is not just about the bricks and mortar that lay the groundwork for a physical presence, but it is also about the values, principles, and ideals that bind us together as a community. It is about the relationships that we have forged, the lives we have touched, and the positive impact that we have made. I welcome Dr. Bandyopadhyay, former director, Professor S. Nagaraja, former principal in charge and family, Professor B. N. Nagaraj and family, Professor T. L. Jose and family, and Professor E. Gopinath and family, who are our former professors and former directors in charge, NITC. And Professor Sandeep Sancheti, former director in charge of NIT Calicut. And our very own dear colleague, Madam Professor Sati Devi, former deputy director and director in charge. All of them have played a pivotal role in making NITC what it is today. I welcome the 10 faculty members and 8 members of staff who have completed 25 years of exemplary service to the Institute in the past year. As we look back at our journey, we acknowledge the challenges that we have overcome, the successes we have achieved, and the growth we have experienced. I also welcome the Proficiency Award-winning children of NITC employees and their proud and happy families. Our Foundation Day marks a stepping stone towards the future, brimming with new opportunities, fresh ideas, and the promise of even greater accomplishments. Together, we shall continue to work towards the betterment of our community, the advancement of knowledge, and the upliftment of society. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to all of you. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you, ma'am, for the warm welcome extended to the guests and the audience. Now, I have the pleasure of inviting the Chairperson of the Board of Governors of NITC, Shri Gajjala Yoganand, to address us. Shri Gajjala Yoganand was appointed as Chairperson, Board of Governors of NIT Calicut in September 2020. Shri Yoganand is the Chairman and Managing Director of the Manjeera Group, Hyderabad, and is a first-generation technopreneur with rich experience in real estate sector for more than 3 decades. Shri Yoganand was nominated by the central government as a member of the Board of Governors of Indian Institute of Technology, Tirupati, for a period of 3 years from July 2018. He was a member in different committees set up by the government and other professional bodies and has contributed immensely in the civil engineering field. Shri Yoganand is also actively involved in social service and is the managing trustee of GY Foundation. Sir, I request you to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you, Madam, for the brief introduction. Today's chief guest for the 63rd Foundation Day celebrations of NIT Calicut, Dr. B.K. Das, Director General, Electronics and Communication Systems of the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. Our honorable guest, respected Swami Atma Priyananda Ji, Pro-Chancellor of Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda Education and Research Institute, West Bengal. Former chairpersons of the BOG, former directors, former principals, our director, Professor Prasad Krishna Ji, deans, faculty members, staff, other guests on the dais, esteemed alumni, guests, and friends, very good morning to each and every one of you. A warm and sincere welcome to each and every one of you as we gather to celebrate the Foundation Day of our NIT Calicut. National Institute of Technology Calicut celebrates its 63rd Foundation Day today. On September 1st, 1961, the foundation stone for REC Calicut was laid by Sri Patam A. Thanu Pillai, the then Chief Minister of Kerala. It will remain a great memory for me to be part of laying foundation for Professor Keshwara Memorial Tower, the first principal of Calicut Design Engineering College. Just before coming here, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to our alumni who have gathered from various corners of India, showcasing their affection and strong bond with the Institute. We are truly honored to have Dr. B.K. Das, a distinguished scientist, as our esteemed chief guest in today's celebrations, and Swami Atma Priyananda, Vice Chancellor of Ramakrishna Mission, a monk and an educationist who is an expert in imparting character building and value-oriented education. Thank you, sirs, for being with us and gracing us with your presence today. Your insights are poised to profoundly impact the lives of our students and the audience and inspire them. As we stand here today, I am reminded of incredible journey NIT Calicut has undertaken over the years. Our alumni are embodiment of institution's legacy, showcasing their prowess in various fields across the globe and played a role in the significant endeavors, including the remarkable Chandrayaan mission. It fills us with immense pride to know that our alumni are contributing to such monumental milestones that push the boundaries of human knowledge and exploration. The success of Chandrayaan mission stands as a testament to the dedication, innovation, and technical brilliance of the intellectual minds of our country. One of the alumni of this institute who is operating from Kerala as well as from Hyderabad and Bangalore also. He has given some parts to the Chandrayaan. So he is an alumni of NIT. Their contributions highlight the profound impact that a strong foundation in education and values can have on shaping the future of not just as an individual, but also the nation and the world. As we celebrate these achievements, we also look forward with hope and anticipation to the next frontiers of exploration. The upcoming Aditya L1 mission, India's first space-based solar mission, is a significant step forward in understanding the sun and its impact on our planet. The mission developed by ISRO presents another opportunity for all engineers to contribute their expertise and knowledge. As part of celebrations in today's program, we'll be honoring the former principals, directors in charge, employees who served the institute for more than 25 years. We'll also be presenting proficiency awards to employees, children who excelled in board exams along with alumni awards. Alongside these recognitions, you have a lot of exciting cultural programs to get yourself immersed, organized by our own institution. In our journey towards excellence, the role of our faculty and teachers holds significant importance. They have nurtured generations of students, imparting not just knowledge, but also a spirit of inquiry, innovation, and service. Their guidance continues to shape the trajectory of our institution, ensuring that we remain at the forefront of education and research. I must express gratitude for the tremendous support we receive from our associates, patrons, alumni, and industry partners. Your steadfast backing provides the essential foundation on which our institution grows and prospers. In conclusion, let us remember that NIT Calicutt's success story is an outcome of collaboration, dedication, and aspirations. Today, we observe not only our past achievement, but also aim to instill in the mindset of our boys and girls the determination to give their best in life for the purpose of nation building. Together, let us continue to strive for excellence, inspire generations to come, and contribute to the achievement of our nation, advancement of our nation, and humanity as a whole. Thank you for being a part of this occasion, and may the enduring impact of NIT Calicutt's contribution lead to the nation's greater prosperity. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for enriching today's event with your message, with your inspiring words and your valuable views. We are now fortunate to have Dr. B.K. Das as our chief guest today. Dr. B.K. Das is a distinguished scientist and is the Director General of Electronics and Communication Systems of DRDO. Prior to this role, he was Director ITR, Director IRDE, and Director DEAL. He was an integral part of the Indian Missile Program for 33 years and worked relentlessly towards test and evaluation of various state-of-the-art missile systems. In IRDE, under his leadership, 21 state-of-the-art products could be realized. He has created various infrastructure and state-of-the-art test facilities for electro-optical systems. He has led various projects of national importance in both the labs and defined the vision for both of these laboratories. Dr. Das is the holder of Best Graduate Gold Medal and topper of IIT. His PhD thesis also was awarded the best thesis. He has received a number of national and international awards. He has more than 50 publications, national and international journals and conferences. Dr. Das is here to deliver Professor Keshava Rao Memorial Lecture. Sir, I request you to deliver the lecture.
Namaskar. Esteemed Swamiji, Atma Priyanandaji, the Chairman Board of Governors, Sri Gajala Yoganandji, Director of this prestigious, esteemed institute, Professor Prasad Krishnaji, and the ma'am, Dean P&D, NIT Calicut, Professor Priya Chandran, and also the Dean, all the past faculties, present faculties, professors, staff, alumni, students, all the invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all those who have been directly and indirectly involved in creating this great citadel of benediction, the learning, which is the epitome of knowledge for this country, National Institute of Technology, Calicut. On this 63rd Foundation Day, on behalf of me, my family, and the entire Defense Research and Development Organization and the scientific community, I would like to salute right from Professor Dr. M.V. Keshav Rao, all up to all the past professors, present professors, and everyone who has contributed directly or indirectly in building this great institution. Institutions of learning, institutions of intelligence, institutions of serenity, institutions of knowledge. It's a great service to the nation. Over the last 63 years, the contributions of each one of you to transform the young mind who come here with a king-sized dream to be a wonderful citizen, to be a nation builder, to be a part of creating the great country Bharat. Each one of them have got the immense energy, talent, technology, culture, ethics, and value systems from this great institution. So I'd like to salute all of you for contributing in such a great way. Friends, I'm in this great city, Kozhikode, still trying to pronounce it. Wonderful city, God's blessings. No surprise why English, French, and Dutch, everybody was attracted and fascinated towards this beautiful city of spices. It has the fragrance, it has the beauty, it has everything under nature. And that's the reason probably we say Kerala is God's own country, a country within a country. And that's only because of this serenity. I'm very fortunate. Last couple of days I was here. I could move across this beautiful campus, serene campus, eco-friendly campus, and such a positivity around. It has touched my heart. No doubt, if any institute could be better than this. I must compliment the director, all the faculties, for bringing this beautiful institute and injecting these value systems to the students. By God's grace, I keep moving to various institutions across the country. I keep meeting every such institute programs. But one thing very special I have seen in NIT Calicut, and this is the right forum that I must address and compliment. I am yet to see an institute which could be more disciplined than what I saw here. Such wonderful children, studious children, and I have seen every bit of fragrance in them. I have studied their face, the inquisitiveness for knowledge, the pursuit towards excellence. They have come here with a purpose, and they have never lost the purpose as to I have seen. They walk on the street, they talk to their friends, they spend time across the beautiful Onam celebrations, but everywhere I have seen the discipline imbibed into the culture. And entire credit goes to, of course, their parents, their teachers, and this great institution. Friends, before I say a few things, I must like to salute my gurus who have made me what I am today. And I must be thankful to all of you who could find this special time to be together, and especially to your director, who could capture me even before I could realize on one very casual talk. And he says, are you free on this particular day? And before thinking anything, I had said, yes, God is kind that I'm standing before you physically today, which is never possible always for me. It has been the great bondage, great love of this beautiful, loving city of Kozhikode who binds all of us together, and ever since it has become my home. I love all of you. I love this institute. I love faculties. I love children. I love everything out here. And at the same time, I must tell my children, you're very, very fortunate that you got a chance to get into this institute. I'm also from engineering. Ever since my days, getting inside NIT Calicut used to be a dream. This has been always the top engineering colleges of the country. And the best part is, in a journey of 35 years, this great institute maintains that stature, whether you talk about NIRF rank, whether you talk about children's choice, whether you talk about faculties, whether you talk about the R&D institutions. Lots of credit goes to all of you. But at the same time, I was expecting students. I believe few students are here. So I request you to carry my message back to the institute, to each and every one. A few things which I'm going to touch upon on this. And it's a great honor for me to be a part of this, to deliver this prestigious Keshav Rao lecture. Friends, you getting into institute is like getting a blue cap to be in the Team India cricket. That's the first achievement you have done. But what's more important, that you have to establish your position in the playing 11. You have to deliver in every match to make your country win, make your team win. That's the same responsibility which lies with all my children. Getting into the institute, battle is half done. In fact, the battle has begun. And you are the people who are going to touch the sky. You are the people for which the parents had sleepless nights, the teachers have sleepless nights, and you yourself had sleepless nights. But I don't think your target is to step into this institute. Your target is to build a great India, an economically strong India, a technologically perfect India. And if all of you have to do that, it's a great commitment. It's a great feeling which should come within you during these 4 or 5 years of your education out here. Friends, knowledge is everywhere. Inside this institute, across the wall, across the sceneries, inside this hall, inside the library, inside your basketball and the cricket court, there is knowledge. In one of my speeches, I had said that the knowledge has become 3-dimensional. In our time, the knowledge was probably 1-dimensional. We are only looking at the blackboard and learning what is fact. But my dear children, look at all the 3 dimensions. There is a learning to what you are inside this auditorium to see how this great program is being arranged in such a disciplined way. There is a knowledge in seeing how your library books are arranged. There is a knowledge in seeing how the floor has been so clean. There is a knowledge in seeing how you have got such a beautiful campus. There is a knowledge in how that uneducated guy who cleans, those ladies who clean the road with such a dignity, with such a discipline, with such a pride, and with such a perfection. That's called knowledge. Never look at the knowledge digging only into the book. Keep your eyes and ears open for the next few years to understand what's in the environment about, what's the atmosphere about, what the God is offering all of you, and try to be special. Dear friends, you'll be very happy to know India has become #1 in many fields. One of the recent thing, all of you know, that the first country in the world to land on the moon with a soft landing on the South Pole. That's the achievement of this country, just to name one of the many. India is a country who has got great freedom. India is a country who has got great culture. India is a country who has got a great civilization. And what could be the better depiction than today when Swamiji, with saffrons and with all the connections of the Vedic, and we all as the scientists and the academicians are connected together into this great foundation day. All ethics, all learning, all value systems are within our Vedas. That is the greatness of the country India. At the same time, India is also a great country, friends, that we are the youth leader of the world. If you look at the age group of India, 65% of the people are in the age group of the youth. And the average age is only 29 years, compared to 37 years in China and 48 years in Japan. That's the power India has got, the youth power. But at the same time, friends, youth has got the power, but youth has got the challenge. I wish to speak on behalf of all my young children here who are the young mass of this country, that you have got a great responsibility across your shoulder, because you are the guys who are going to design the destiny. You are the guys who are stepping into the 21st century India. You are the guy who are stepping into the great techno-rich India. You have a great responsibility to deliver to this country, friends. There is a saying, wall and bridge, both are made of cement. One divides, the other one connects. You are the people who are going to connect civilization. You are the people who are going to connect 2 generations. You are the people who want to carry the culture and the value system, yet you are the people who are to take the technology to the top of the world. You are the people on whose the shoulders the rests the 1.4 billion dreams. You are the people who make us feel that we as Indians are going to march in the world map today to be the top leaders of the world across in the domain of science and technology. You are the guys who are going to carry the technology, but mind it, you are not the guys who are going to carry it away by the technology. You all know what I mean to say. The world has been consumed and squeezed into the 6 inch by 3 inch of the cell phone. We have forgotten the communications, we have forgotten the language, we have forgotten the emotions. Everything has become picturized, everything has become emoji, everything has become text. Everything we update on the status, we destroy people. So this is all being bound. So friends, carry the technology. Take technology to the next level. Take India to the next level with the technology. But never get carried away. Never miss the work-life balance. Never miss the techno-spiritual balance. Today, in the world, if we carry forward, if we grow forward, if we look at the India today, at the end of the day, it is Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. At the end of the day, it is called secularism. At the end of the day, it is our culture, which makes India the supreme power. Swami Vivekananda on Chicago address had said, my brothers and sisters of America, that's India is all about. That's the culture all of you have to carry. But how do you achieve such great tasks ahead, friends? First and foremost, believe in yourself. Friends, you are the best. You are the best because you are handcrafted by God. You are the best because God has created you with a purpose. You are the best because God has sent you here to carry His feeling, His thought, His dream to transform to reality on this earth. Never forget that. Believe in God. Thank God. Love God. Get connected to God. At the same time, if you want to carry India to the next generation, to the next domain, to the top of the world, first and foremost, love your country. Be proud of your country. Trust your country. Believe your country. Be connected to your country at every moment. Every drop of blood flowing onto your heart should speak about India, should speak about our Bharat. We should be proud of what we have. That's the kind of a culture which this country needs, friends. It is not just by 26th January or 15th August, by unfurling the tricolors and chanting the national anthem, we show that we are patriotic. Patriotism has to be felt. It has to be felt in every action. Not because I am a missile man or we made the missile so we get an opportunity to show India is. Each one of you have got the opportunity to describe a new India. Each one of you have got the role to play to say that you are from India. Today when you pass out from this college, other day at IIT Kanpur, I was mentioning in their convocation, most of the IIT guys, they leave this country to go US. I told them one thing, go to US if you desire to go to US, but carry the culture of this country. And being in US just show that you are from India. Be proud Indian in United States. Show everyone that we are from a great country called India. We came here to learn further, but we are going back to India to make our country proud. That's the kind of a culture which all of you should have at every moment, my dear friends, to carry your own trust, your own action, your own love, and your own conviction. That's what will make you the supreme. Another thing I'll tell you, friends, idealism and ambition. There are very two contradictory things when we look at our career. Idealism without ambition may take you somewhere, but ambition without idealism will be disastrous. So when you go to the next stage of your career, have a right balance between idealism and ambition. If you look at the world today, around the world, Indians are shining. You talk about Sundar Pichai, you talk about the Prime Ministers, British Prime Minister, Sunakji, you talk about all those people. They are from India, so Indians are shining. But when my India will shine across the world? India will shine not with those handful of Indians who are moving abroad. India will shine when 1.4 billion people think about India, think proud of India, and do every single thing in a very special way with pride to make India the great country. We all work for that. I'll give you a couple of examples, friends. On the way yesterday when I was coming in from the airport, I asked Professor Varghese that what you want me to speak? They said, sir, speak out of your experience. I thought a couple of points I will touch upon to my young children here as to what we have learned out of my 35 years of journey in defense R&D. Friends, all of you know Indian Missile Program. Way back, I'll take you to 1987 when I was fresh graduate like each one of you. Dr. Kalam was young. We all were getting into the guided missile program. Agni, Prithvi, Akash, Trishul, Nag, you were familiar with all those. We started dreaming. India was a country which didn't have missiles those days. But India is a country who was dreaming of missiles, who was dreaming to make the country the best in the world, thanks to Dr. Kalam. We all together created missiles. And on 22nd May 1989, the first Agni was launched from integrated test range Chandipur. Those days, when you evaluate a missile, You need radar system, you need electro-optic system, you need telemetry systems, you need computer systems. We had nothing. So we had to import all those systems from United States, from Russia, from different countries. And when the systems came in, we integrated them and we tested missile. And friends, 22nd May, AE-01, I still remember, when it pierced the blue sky, we all jumped like mad guys that India has entered into the ballistic missile club. But interestingly, friends, nothing comes free. When we got that success has brought the tough time in our life. The very next day, United States says, India has got into designing missile, we are not going to support India anymore. Let's bring back our experts, let's bring back our systems, let's bring back every technology from India. There was a radar called Vitro radar, I still remember. It was loaded on the ship on the Californian coast. The ship was called back, radar was offloaded. All engineers were called back to the United States. We were very young, I was a 22 years old, just fresh graduate. We all were looking at those systems. You know, those who are in electronics can appreciate. Those days in 87, we didn't have VLSI. We had discrete components, resistors, capacitor, maximum 7400 series NAND gates. With that, one digital board was taking at least 120 chips. You can imagine one complex chassis and a full system will be hundreds and thousands of such cards. I was in a jungle. I was mad. We were not understanding how to handle the system. Step by step, day by day, the systems have gone bad because we didn't know how to handle because it was not our design. So when we asked US, they said, we are ready to come back. We are ready to support you, make your systems ready, but with one condition. What is the condition? You have to sign a paper that India should not make missiles beyond 300 kilometers. Then we will do it. MTCR, Missile Technology Control Regime. Me, we all, Dr. Kalam, we all, it has hit us below the belt. I asked myself, 15th August 1947, we became independent. What is this independence when we cannot independently think, we cannot independently design? If we have a power to make missiles, we cannot do. Why? Because we don't have technology. We don't have systems. We committed to ourselves, all of us. We will not take support from United States. We will study documentations. We will come to professors like you all. We'll go to academic institutions. We'll call industries. We'll build the ecosystem. We will deliver systems. We will develop systems. We will design systems. Because we imported systems, today we had a control. If we design systems, we will have no control. Friends, 10 years it took for us. Thanks to our industries, thanks to professors, thanks to academicians. We made our own radar, we made our own electro-optic system, we made our own telemetry systems, our own computer systems, and our own software. Of course, we are always best at softwares. We did all of them. We created the test trains. You'll be very proud to know the first test trains in the world, which has got all the test instrumentations and systems designed, developed, and deployed by the country, by its own team, and by India. That has been the power. And with that, we launched missiles, and what to say 300 kilometers? You all know more than me. We made Agni 5 crossing 5,000 kilometers, all by our own technology. That's called the power of wisdom. That's called the power of adversity. That's called the power of challenge. The race has gone forward. You know the whole story to the number of missiles we have done. We culminated it in one of the great events, which all of you know in 2019. We created a great mission called ASAT, Anti-Satellite Missile. The whole world was doing research on this. You know, the futuristic warfare, if I talk about, today, the whole world is controlled by satellites. You agree with me? All the communication is via satellite, all the channels is via satellites, all data goes via satellites. So these days, the war is not across with missiles to kill people. The war is to kill satellites. As you kill a satellite, the country becomes blind. So we wanted to establish the technology. How do we establish the technology? So we had to launch our own test satellite, and we had to design our own missiles. Just in less than 2 months' time, the missile was designed to the accuracy that up to 600 kilometers, when the satellite is moving, the missile will go and it will destroy the satellite. Remember, friends, some other day if I address to the children, I will explain more technology, but it's a great space challenge. You imagine a small satellite moving in the space, it is essentially like a speck of dust. literally like a speck of dust. And there are millions of dusts moving around. You know that. The space is never our area. It is with China, with US, with everybody has their satellites, has their debris. So our missile has to take off, launch, with pinpoint accuracy, has to select that particular speck of dust and intercept it. Friends, for that we had to take a permission. I was the director of the range those days. We got the permission to launch. And it was a secret launch that time, so we were not able to mention to the world. And we launched. We launched our missile. Absolutely perfection, the missile has gone. It has gone through, thanks to the guidance algorithms. It is guided properly. Thanks to the camera inside the missile, which detects and identifies that out of millions of such elements, this is my element which has to be intercepted. And exactly that missile, along with the camera, could locate our satellite, gone close to the satellite, and pierced through the satellite with a direct kinetic hit for the first time in the world ever being done by any country. This has been the power of the science. This has been the power of India. A country which was debarred from making a 300 kilometers missile could create its own space war by its own system, by its own design, with its own technology. These are the two small examples, friends, I wanted to tell you just to trigger you. And beyond that today, if you look at the current mission, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Honorable Prime Minister has spread everywhere. What does it mean? The power was always there within. The brain is always there with every single Indian, otherwise Silicon Valley wouldn't have glittered all these years. The only difference is we are able to attract people. We are able to connect people. We are able to bring them together with one common mission that every single system which India was importing will be designed, developed, and produced by these industries. This country, isi mitti se banega hamara astra. This has been our mission for all of us. And with that, as a commitment to ourselves, each one of us, you'll be very happy to know all the class of systems which we are designing today has gone inside through our industries with our design. I'll give you an example. You all know about fighter aircrafts. Light combat aircraft has been our own lightest fighter aircraft, Tejas. Every fighter aircraft needs a radar. Active electronic scan radar. It's a different technology altogether. India was learning the technology when we thought about importing radar, and all our fighters were having import radars. We made it. We created our radars. We designed our radar. We integrated it into our fighters. We have flown LCA with our radar, and our radar has been evaluated across the world with its contemporary radars from Israel and US and Russia. You'll be very happy to know our radar has outperformed all its contemporaries across the world with regards to its performance, with regards to its size, with regards to its cost, and with regard to its power. I was there in Aero India. Across all the TV channels they've asked, all the countries have asked me, we want to have this radar Uttam into our fighter aircrafts. Reversal of economy has started. That's the message I wanted to give it to all of you. Here is a country, India, which has been perennial importers. Today it is a country, India, we are on the inflection point. We are a transition point from the import loader to the export loader. You all know, in 2017 we have crossed France. In 2019 we have crossed UK. We are the 5th largest economy today. We are targeting to uproot Germany very soon. And ahead, we are going to be $10 trillion economy. That's the power of India, which is going to be. And this economy, this country, is going to be carried by the dreams of all of you. All you youngsters have to have a commitment to yourself. That's the reason I'm giving you this. India has a power, friends. If we have Veda, we are the inventor of zero. If we have Upanishads, we are also the inventor of pi. If we had Pushpak Viman for Ravan, we also have the light combat aircrafts in the blue sky today. That's the contrast of India. That's the harmony of India. That's the connect between Veda and technology of India. That's the power of India, which all of us know. And this power has come from within by believing yourself. Dear friends, this story is unlimited. But today I have come to touch all of you, to inspire all of you. Come with me. Let's all dream together for a wonderful India. A great India which everybody will feel proud of, the whole world will look up to. It's all possible with your commitments. When anytime you are having a disturbance in your mind, my dear children, think of this line. When you look at the moon, you appreciate the beauty of God. When you look at the sun, you salute the power of God. And when you stand in front of the mirror, you salute God for creating the power and the beauty together into yourself as a great human being. The best creation of the world, the best creation of the universe. Each one of you. I'll end it with a couple of anecdotes. Again, for my children. You all know potato, egg, and coffee beans. Very simple story. They kept 3 glasses of boiling water. They dropped potato in 1 glass, dropped egg in another glass, dropped coffee beans in the 3rd glass. After some time, what happens? The potato, which was hard, has become soft. It has boiled. The egg, which was soft, has become hard. And the coffee beans lost itself completely inside water and transformed that water to a fragrant, beautiful coffee. Why I'm saying this example to each one of you? Entire life we blame the environment for which we are not able to grow. It's not true, my dear children. Environment is same for all the 3. But their reaction to the environment, their attitude to handle the environment, their purpose to convert and transform the environment has transformed the world. So each one of you in your life, be like coffee beans. Transform the environment however odd, however hard, however challenging it comes to you. I gave you the example of missile system challenge. I gave you the example of Uttam challenge. I gave you the example of coffee beans challenge. Each one of you should be feeling happy, proud, and satisfied with what you are doing. Thank you so much for this patient listening. Thank you so much for considering me a part of your institute. Thank you so much for all the unconditional love, affections, and trust which I'm getting and which I believe to get from this institute for years to come. I have come here with a mission that we will make India as a techno-rich India. Friends, we lost Green Revolution. We didn't do much in industrial revolutions. Neither we did very great in manufacturing revolutions where we lost to Europe. But today we are in technology revolution. And a revolution cannot be owned by a handful of people. A revolution will be owned when 1.4 billion committed Indians will say that we are going to take India to the next generation. You all, my children, have to commit today on this very special day of this institute, that when you come out of this institute, you all have to come out as great Indians, great warriors who will take my India to the next century, to the next generation, as the economic superpower, technology superpower. We are the spiritual superpower. Whole world will look at us. This is what I learned from my guru, Dr. Kalam. You all have to stand committed towards the same mission. Wherever, in whichever part of the country I am, I will pray for you, for your success, for your great achievements, for your commitments, and I will always feel proud for what great things you do. I will end it with my 3 lines. Kalam is a belief. Kalam is a dream. Kalam is the strength. Kalam is my theme. Stand in front of the mirror. You see Kalam within. That is Kalam for me. All of you are my Kalam. Within all of you, there is a Kalam. You have to awaken it. You have to believe it. You have to be commanded by it. You have to be transformed by it with the national integration. That's the reason you all are here. Each of my children have come to this institute for this great purpose. I will look forward for every single achievement which you will have in your life. I pray God for great success for all of you. I pray Almighty for the great transformations and the success for this great citadel of learning, National Institute of Technology, Calicut. I salute each one of you. Congratulations to each one of you. Love you all. Have a great feeling. March ahead. I am with you. Together we'll conquer the world. Great India. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. That was Professor Keshav Rao Memorial Lecture. Professor Keshav Rao was the first principal of this institute. We are truly fortunate to have benefited from the expertise and perspective of Dr. Das. Thank you very much, sir. The floor is open for any specific questions, either related to the talk or the experience of Dr. Das as a researcher. Due to the shortage of time, we will restrict the number of questions to 1 or 2.
Yes, please.
Good morning, sir. So you spoke about how we as a country are transitioning from an importer of technologies to a developer. So in that regard, such a progress can only be complemented by academic research and advancement. So I would like to know what are the challenges that we face on this day today. Like you mentioned, when we were developing our missile systems, we didn't have radar systems, which we overcame. So what about today? What are we facing difficulties in, and how we can contribute to it?
Wonderful, wonderful questions. First and foremost, I'll tell you, we at DRDO encourage research at every corner of the country, not in DRDO alone. Please sit down. As you know, we have got a number of programs. First and foremost is TDF, we call it Technology Development Fund, in which we have increased it from a single proposal of 10 crores. This year we are increasing it to 50 crores. Up to 50 crores a single proposal, we have got every procedure to fund it to encourage your research, number one. We are doing research, it's called IDEX, through the industries, through the startups. We have got the options for something called Dare to Dream, which was following from Dr. Kalam. So single great idea which each one of you have got as students, a great thoughts which can help our armed forces to be unique on the war field. You can write it down and send it to us when our competition gets open. And we select many of those Dare to Dream contest competitors and we fund them for your research, so that all your ideas can come forward. And remember, when we are contesting United States today, we are contesting China today, it can only come with the next generation technology. And next generation technology does not require infrastructure. It requires thinking. A great thinking, unique thinking, paradigm thinking. Technologies are phenomenal. You talk about active electronic scans radar, you talk about EW systems, you talk about shared aperture systems, you talk about enhanced processing power for the systems, parallel computing. If we talk about convergence of technology to have radar, communications, and electronics warfare through a single antenna for the fighters, so that the space becomes less and the power becomes more. These are the series of technologies which are having, I have got a list endless. This is the forum where I prefer not to touch upon that. Someday when I discuss with your students, I will throw upon the challenges to each one of you, just to initiate your thinking. The moment you get a thinking in that particular domain, write it to me. I will come forward and we will support you for the research. Any other question? You should shoot. Yes.
Good morning, sir. So, what advice would you give for an ECE student who wants to pursue their career in defense research and development?
Pursued career in?
Defense research and development.
Research and development. You are the hot cake. That's all I can tell you about. Please sit down. Please sit down. By saying that, I'm not saying that other branches DRDO does not need. That is wrong. Because to complete a dish, you need a complete diet. You need everything. So guys should not go only to computer science or only to electronics. You should follow your passion. If electronics has been your desire within, that you have come here, you are going to shine in electronics. But if somebody has pushed you here so that you take electronics and get into DRDO, it will be challenging for you. I want to guard you for that. If your passion is for electronics, DRDO has got phenomenal opportunities. In fact, I am leading the country's electronics, you know that. Anything under electronics, anything you read in Milliman, Halkia, Stop Shelling, all those is what we are making it as a reality of hardware today. And there can't be a missile, there can't be an aircraft, there can't be a space war systems, there cannot be a tank or a ship or a submarine without electronics. So everywhere it is there. Focus your job, learn the concepts. That's very important. If your foundation is strong, then only we can build a great architect there. So learn the subjects in these 4 years. Look at the journals at the third year and final year. Look at the transactions and the journals in your domain. What are the publications coming? Where the world is. Align your research to that. Take some good projects. Work for this project. Talk to me. I will guide you that what next you want to do in these projects. Together we'll make some great systems for our country, India. Thank you.
Thank you once again, sir, for the insightful lecture and for addressing our questions carefully. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and friends, we have a wonderful opportunity to add a touch of artistry to our gathering. I'm happy to invite Dr. Raghu CV to the stage to recite for us the Malayalam poem, Megha Prarthana.
എല്ലാവർക്കും നമസ്കാരം. Good morning all. First of all, I would like to thank Dean Piandi, her office, and all other organizers for giving me this opportunity on this auspicious occasion. I am honored and fortunate to stand in front of this august assembly. This is a Malayalam poem written by famous poet Shri N.V. Krishnavariyar. It is a plea to the cloud to give water as the situation is very bad. Trees are dried off, no water in the river, lands are cracked, forests are burning, animals are falling down without water. It's a poem written long time back, but looks like it is more relevant today as we are seeing that we didn't have rain even in this monsoon. Even today, there is a news saying that Kerala would go to drought. Megha Prarthana, Shri N.V. Krishnavariyar. വരൂ വരൂ കരിമുകിലെ കനിവായി തരൂ തരൂ വെള്ളം കരിഞ്ഞെരിഞ്ഞിടുമുലകിതു കാൺകെ പൊരിയുകയാണുള്ളം വരൂ വരൂ കരിമുകിലെ കനിവായി തരൂ തരൂ വെള്ളം കരിഞ്ഞെരിഞ്ഞിടുമുലകിതു കാൺകെ പൊരിയുകയാണുള്ളം മരങ്ങൾ വാടി ചില്ലയുണങ്ങി തകർന്നു നിൽക്കുന്നു കരഞ്ഞു കരിയില കാറ്റിൽ പ്രേതം കണക്കെ അലയുന്നു പരന്ന പാടം കാനൽ തുളുമ്പി പിളർന്നു കാണുന്നു വരണ്ടൊരാറിൻ മാറിൽ മണൽ തരിയുരുകിയൊലിക്കുന്നു വരൂ വരൂ കരിമുകിലെ കനിവായി തരൂ തരൂ വെള്ളം കരിഞ്ഞെരിഞ്ഞിടുമുലകിതു കാൺകെ പൊരിയുകയാണുള്ളം ഉടഞ്ഞു മലയിൽ പാറകളലറി തകർന്നു ചിതറുന്നു പടർന്നു തീയും പുകയും കാട്ടിൽ പിടഞ്ഞു തുള്ളുന്നു ഉയർന്നു തൂങ്ങും ധൂളിയിൽ അന്തിയിലിഴഞ്ഞു പോം നേരം കുഴഞ്ഞു പാതയിൽ വീണു തുടിപ്പു പശുക്കൾ ഹാപാരം വരൂ വരൂ കരിമുകിലെ കനിവായി തരൂ തരൂ വെള്ളം കരിഞ്ഞെരിഞ്ഞിടുമുലകിതു കാൺകെ പൊരിയുകയാണുള്ളം കരിഞ്ഞെരിഞ്ഞിടുമുലകിതു കാൺകെ പൊരിയുകയാണുള്ളം. താങ്ക് യു.
Thank you, Dr. Raghu, for beautifully reciting the poem. We are blessed to have Swami Atma Priyananda, Vice Chancellor, Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Educational Research Institute, Howrah, as our guest of honor today. Swami Atma Priyananda is the Vice Chancellor of Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda University, a multi-campus university trying to actualize Swami Vivekananda's educational vision and devoted to teaching and research in a variety of unique areas. On account of its unique features, particularly its emphasis on gap areas, that is areas scarcely addressed by the conventional universities in India, this new university has been awarded full membership of Global University Network of Innovation, a Europe-based global organization networking universities with social commitment. Swami Atma Priyananda received his PhD from the University of Madras, India, in theoretical physics for his work in elementary particle theory and has a number of research publications in reputed international journals in this area. Inspired by Ramakrishna Vivekananda ideology, he joined the Ramakrishna Order of Monks in 1978 and was posted at Ramakrishna Mission Vidyamandira, a premier college of Ramakrishna Mission at Belur Math, where he taught physics for nearly 25 years besides serving in the academic administration of the college as vice principal and principal for 19 years. He took charge as Vice Chancellor of Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda University on 4th July 2005. Swami Atma Priyananda serves on several national committees relating particularly to education. We invite respected Swamiji to speak to us.
Yeah. The third slide. This one. First slide. Yeah, already put. So you can use. Which one? This one for the slide. For the back. Expressing my gratitude to the director and the administration of this institute, and my respectful salutations to all the dignitaries in the dais. I don't name individually because time is short. May we begin with the traditional Shanti mantra. It's a very well known, those of you who know can chant with me. It's very auspicious to chant from the Vedas. This is an extremely well-known mantra from the Kathopanishad, which is chanted by the teacher and the taught, the guru and the disciple, the shishya, before the commencement of any educational enterprise. And both of them together invoke the blessings of the Supreme Being to protect them. Protect how? Protect by revealing the nature of knowledge, theoretical sciences, and by protecting by revealing the application of the knowledge for the good of humanity. That's applied science together. And ending with an interesting statement, millennia ago, that let us not quarrel with each other. This is one problem of India. Swami Vivekananda said this is a bane of a slavish race. We can't trust one another. We can't believe in one another. We can't give up this terrible disease of suspecting one another. India became slave not because of the British, because of our own folly. And jealousy is the bane of a slavish race, as Swami Vivekananda said. So this mantra ends by saying, the guru and the disciple, there be no disharmony between us. All our teamwork falls to pieces when there is a disharmony between the components of the team. We are now slowly learning the science of harmonious functioning. Although it was there in the very beginning, we lost it in the middle. We are now recovering and reawakening to this important principle of coming together as a teamwork. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let the Supreme Being protect us both, the teacher and the disciple, by revealing to us the true nature of knowledge. Let the Supreme Being protect us both, the teacher and the disciple, by revealing to us the application of the knowledge for the good of humankind. Let us both together strive for the achievement of knowledge, and the knowledge and wisdom that we acquire be effective and illuminative, and there be no disharmony between us. Om, peace, peace, peace. In this very brief talk, I have put together certain ideas which are very old, extremely ancient in the Indian knowledge system, at the same time which is extremely contemporary. There is a beautiful Sanskrit word which is used in the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads and interpreted by Bhagavan Shankaracharya in a unique way called Purana. Purana, Shankara says, is Pura Api Nava. Pura is very antique, ancient. Nava is modern, new. That which is eternally ancient, at the same time eternally new, is Purana. The greatest example of this is nature. Look at the moon or the sun. One never feels that one has seen it before. Oh, I have seen it before. You go to a movie, nowadays nobody goes to the cinema halls, they have it in their pockets. Once, twice, thrice. Oh, I've seen it earlier. After some time you feel tired, you feel bored. But you look at the moon or the sun, every day the same sun rises, same moon, but one never feels, oh, I have seen it before. Why? Because nature has a unique capacity to renew itself. The idea is renewing. It is new, appears to be very old, continually renewing itself, and therefore, now the modern word which is constantly being used is renewable. Everything should be renewable. And the greatest renewability in the human body is the human blood. I used to think of these questions even as a child. Suppose someone gives you a glass of water. Ah, it is old. Give me some fresh water. Do we realize the same blood from the day you are conceived in the mother's womb till the day you are burnt in the funeral pyre? The same blood circulating continuously for years. And if you have to have a new blood, that means you are seriously ill. Transfusion of blood. Who does it? The lungs and the heart. The lungs have a peculiar way of renewing this blood, making them fresh again and again and again. This is nature. Nature does not bring anything new, takes the old and renews it in such a way with tremendous vigor. The inspiring talk which you just now heard from Dr. Das, you have it in you. I always tell the students, don't worry about the spirit or God or anything supernatural and religion and all that. Just look at your own human body. What a great wonder God has created. Somebody doesn't like the word God, you can replace it by nature, Control R. Nature has given you this extraordinary machine called the human body, and the best of doctors in the world have understood very little of this body, particularly the brain and the nervous system. How the body is working to keep yourself healthy. You don't need to do anything to be healthy, only don't do anything to make yourself unhealthy. Nature will take care of you, but you don't cooperate with nature. Nature has given you some beautiful lungs and fresh air he has given you. I will smoke and spoil my lungs. Nature says, cries, please don't fill your lungs with smoke. I am going to refresh you. Man says, no, I have the freedom to spoil my body. Is it freedom? This is what we are doing every day. Our children are asking, I have freedom. I have freedom of speech. I always tell them, we will not give you freedom to spoil your lungs by smoking. We will not give you freedom to demean yourself, go down and down. We will give you plenty of freedom to build your character, to study, and be unselfish. What kind of freedom we are seeking in education? Unfortunately, the kind of freedom we are talking about, the Bhagavad Gita says, 6th chapter, Uddhare atmanatmanam tatmanam avasadayet atmaiva atmano bandhur atmaiva rupuratmanaha. Raise yourself by your own self and don't demean yourself. We want freedom. I will dress any way I like. I do whatever I want. That's what the animals do. You want to be like an animal? You are an evolved human being. Don't demean yourself because you are your own friend and you are your own enemy. The beautiful statement in the Bhagavad Gita by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. After some time, nobody is going to spoon feed you. You have to stand on your own two legs and then know that you are your own best friend. If I choose to make myself my own enemy, even God cannot save you. At every point he intervenes and points out, no, don't do this. The body makes itself ill because you are spoiling the stomach, you are spoiling the lungs by wrong habits. Even then, the body is struggling to make it healthy, but we say, no, I will spoil myself. It's by freedom. Please do and go to hell. So the ideas which are eternally old are also eternally new. I just point to some of them. This is Swami Vivekananda's wonderful quote, which I always remember. What does Swami Vivekananda do? To put the Hindu ideas into English and make out a dry philosophy, an intricate mythology, and queer startling psychology, a religion which shall be easy, popular, simple, and yet meet the requirements of the highest minds is a task only those can understand who have attempted it. The dry, abstract Advaita must become living, poetic in everyday life. Out of hopelessly intricate mythology must come concrete moral forms. And out of bewildering yogism must come the most scientific and practical psychology. And all this must be put in a form that even a child may be able to grasp it. That is my life's work. Hindu religion and our old scriptures have been criticized endlessly by the Westerners, and most unfortunately by our own people who pride themselves by saying that I don't know Sanskrit. Are we not ashamed? It's our own language. Do you mean to say any Frenchman would be happily announce that he doesn't know French? They will not speak any other language if you go to France. Even if they know English, they will not speak it. Which country, except our slavish country called India, we have not got rid of slavery mentally. We are slaves. One great political analyst said, there is no more tragedy than getting political freedom and still be under the slavery psychologically. We are still dependent. We are endlessly. Anything which is coming from the West is so glamorous for us. Anything coming from India is to be thrown out. There are two huge groups. One is anything from the West has to be glorified, anything from it should be condemned. The other extreme group is you only talk about India and India, you don't want to learn anything from the West. Swami Vivekananda was a person who said, you combine both. He says, this was Swami Vivekananda speaking in UK, in London, the Jnana Yoga. His vision was science and religion should meet and shake hands. Poetry and philosophy will become friends. This will be the religion of the future, and if we can work it out, we may be sure it will be for all times and all peoples. This is the only way that will prove acceptable to modern science, for it has almost come to it. During Swamiji's time, many of the outstanding revolutionary discoveries of physics and other sciences had not taken place, but still he anticipated many of them. The idea, Einstein's idea of energy-matter conversion did not exist, but he anticipated them. Wireless did not exist, but he clearly says, something of this has to be there because nature does not require wires. Nature brings down through lightning 1,000,000 volts to devastate everything. Nature does not require wires. That means wires actually are not necessary, but our inability at the moment to dispense with them is responsible for continuing to use wires. That was long before wireless was discovered. So intuitively, many things they discovered. The details were not worked out. So Swamiji said that the time has to come. The physical mental sciences and the spiritual sciences have to come together. Because nature has no division regarding knowledge. In India, knowledge was akhanda, knowledge was indivisible. There can't be any division in knowledge. Somehow later, following the Western methods, we divided knowledge into several sciences. And after having divided the endless divisions of sciences and technologies, we now are talking about integrating an interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary. Who asked you to break them up? So that the basic principles, which are very common, I've just jotted a few of them. The fundamental common principles in the development of scientific and spiritual thought. 4 of them I have listed, which are common to all the sciences, all of human knowledge, east or west. The classification principle, the generalization principle, the unification principle, and lastly, the microcosm, macrocosm, unity principles. All of sciences have these 4, and all this was known long ago before the modern sciences evolved in Indian minds. As far as knowledge is concerned, there is no regional division. It is not India or America or England or France. Human mind thinks in a particular way. That's because of the great discovery in India. There's a cosmic mind called Hiranyagarbha, and all minds are part of this mind, the cosmic mind. And therefore, every thought that you think is uploaded in the Hiranyagarbha, which is the cosmic server, and anybody from anywhere at any time can download it. This is a very simple example which you can say. I suppose I send you an SMS now from here to there. It has to go through the server to come to you. So if you are constantly in touch with the cosmic server, which is the cosmic mind, then you will have access to all the minds of all people. So I give this example to my students. They ask me, why should the mantra be secret? In India, too much of secrecy has been practiced. In a sense, true, but why did they do that? The mantra should be free, everybody should be given. Then he says, oh, what you say is right. Do you use emails? Of course I do. What is the password? Oh, I will not give it to anybody else. Why? What is so secret about it? If it is to be given, put it in the YouTube and say, this is my password. Why don't you do that? There are certain things which are just not done like that. So, the classification principle, the first principle which I take up, give just a couple of examples, because this is a technical institute anyway. In science, I get taken as an example. The greatest and the first exposure to this principle we got in school, called the periodic table of elements. All of us have read it. When the number of elements grew, 92 elements, then people thought there should be a way of classifying them. So the human mind always classifies. You have the Dewey classification system in the library. You have classified, even in your computer, you have classified your data. Now data classification and data science has become a huge science. Now they talk about big data analytics. That's the craze now. The data science and big data analytics. Huge number of data are coming in. How do you analyze them and classify them? Analysis of the data and classifying of data under certain heads, subclassifying them, is a huge exercise the human mind and the human brain constantly does. You have several data analysis and data classification methods in the human brain by which the brain immediately puts these things in certain places. Well, the classification principle, the periodic classification, and all of us know the periodic law, very interesting. See, all of these scientific principles can be traced to some philosophical principle. This is one thing which I always feel our children should be taught. Every discovery, it can be easily shown, owes itself to a fundamental philosophical principle, and the conditioning of the scientist, because of religion, because of other reasons, is responsible for dogmatically holding on to even a scientific principle. Albert Einstein, till the end of his life, did not believe in the probabilistic interpretation of quantum mechanics, although it is proved by experiments. Einstein said, I do not believe that God plays dice. In the Solvay Congress is a beautiful conversation between Niels Bohr and Albert Einstein. Einstein, being a Jew, believed in the deterministic universe. I don't believe God plays dice. Niels Bohr is supposed to be equipped. You can't dictate to God what he should do. There's a probability. He will do what he wants to do. What he wants, he alone knows. We always talk about in India, and people laugh, it's an unscientific principle. Quantum mechanics proved that the most scientific principle. God will do what he wants to do. This electron, which hole it will pass through, electron decides. How it decides, why it decides, an open question. The philosophy of quantum mechanics is a topic which has been discussed and debated, and how many books have been written, still we have not been able to conclude what it is. So the classification principle and the periodic table of elements is based on a philosophy that every element in the universe wants to be lazy. It's a very interesting principle. Why? Because you don't need to interact. Everybody wants to be quiet and lazy. Einstein humorously called it the law of cosmic laziness. Why? Every element interacts with every other element in such a way as to reach the inert gas configuration nearest to it in the periodic table. That's called the periodic law. Why inert gas? Inert gas will not interact. And you can be quiet. Everybody wants to be quiet. Shantam is the ultimate principle which you have talked about. Classification of elementary particles according to masses, according to the kind of interaction. The spin statistics theorem, due to Pauli, it's a very interesting how spin and statistics are interrelated. And leptons, hadrons, some of you may know this, how the classification of particles have been done. And classification because of symmetry and supersymmetry and so on. This is related to the unification, I'm coming to that. And Vedanta and religion, very interesting classifications have been done by our rishis and munis. I'll take a simple example, dukkha. Suppose I ask this audience, including me, do you have some sorrow? Nobody will say, I don't have any sorrow at all. Now, how many kinds of sorrow are there? Can you tell me how many kinds of sorrow? Oh, innumerable sorrows. Kota dukha che, how many kinds of dukha I have? Itna dukha hai, kya bolunga main? Can you classify them? They did it. They said that's 3 classes of sorrows. One is the sorrow arising from your body and mind. My mind is full of sorrow, my body is not cooperating with me. It's called adhyatmika dukkha. The other kind of sorrow is natural calamities. Suddenly there are floods, suddenly there's no rain at all. Earthquakes. Many of them are man-made, that's what environmental activists would tell you. That's called Adi Daivika Dukkha. Adi Bhautika Dukkha, the third one, coming from beings, mosquitoes and violent animals and so on, are human beings. Human beings are the people who give you greatest sorrow by their talk, by their behavior. So these are the only 3 classifications of sorrow possible. And what are human aspirations? Suppose you ask anybody, suppose I ask this audience, the students, what do you aspire, what do you seek in life? This is one question we never ask. I want to study this, I want to do this, then what? Then I want to achieve this, then what? Are the Nobel laureates in the world Mary Curie got 2 Nobel Prizes. She was a very unhappy woman. Life says that. Are all the Nobel laureates in the world so happy? No. They're they're competing with each other, jealous of other Nobel laureates. Nobody should come up, you pull him down. History of science is full of such scientists who always want others to be pulled down. Even these accusations made of Einstein himself, that he never wanted the contemporary people to come up. This accusation is made of Arthur Eddington, who was a contemporary of Einstein. He never wanted Chandrasekhar to come up. This accusation he made of C.V. Raman himself. He never wanted his nephew Chandra to come up. Now, the scientists of the world, are they free from sorrow? No. You achieve the greatest, then what? The question always remains. And therefore, in the Upanishads, the question has been raised. Narada was a great sage, and he was an extraordinary scholar. He goes to Sanat Kumara, a great sage, and says, Sir, I'm so unhappy. Please take me beyond sorrow. Shokasya param tarayatu. Take me beyond sorrow. They said, what is the problem with you? You are so learned, you are such a great scholar. You tell me what you know already, then I will tell you what should be done. Gives a huge list. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, all the 4 Vedas I thoroughly studied. Sarpa Vidya, Nakshatra Vidya, Rashi Vidya, Dhana Vidya, 24 Vidyas I have mastered. Then I am full of sorrow. Then the great statement, just 3 words, the pillar, the bedrock on which the entire Indian spiritual heritage tradition rests firmly, Tarati Shokam Atmavit. A person who knows himself or herself, he alone crosses beyond sorrow. Do you know your real nature? We know everything. We study so many things, but one thing we awfully neglect is myself. I don't know myself. Know thyself has been in the Greek philosophy also, Atmanam Vidhi. Then it gives him the spiritual knowledge. Now, in sciences, these things translate as the principle of pattern recognition, which everybody knows, CVPR, computer vision, pattern recognition. How do you recognize patterns? See, nature always builds patterns. This is one thing human mind is completely boggled. How nature built such wonderful patterns in the solar, in the macrocosmic world, in the celestial bodies, in the solar system, and so on. In the microcosmic world, both of them built in the same pattern. We always look for patterns. They say the human mind is a genius for discovering patterns. Now, the computer science is doing that now. And the universal laws you discover. Whenever a particular event happens, particular incident takes place, you don't consider it as an isolated incident. This is what science says. Science is all about this. It takes it not as an individual, isolated incident, but it relates it to a more general proposition, and more general is aligned to a most general, which is called universal. Newton saw an apple fall. Swami Vivekananda gives this example. He didn't think of it as an individual, isolated event, but everything falls. Why? Then he discovered what is known as the universal law of gravitation. Human mind always generalizes and finds out what is the universal law behind this. And the unified field theory, about which most of you may know, that the holy grail of physics, yet unsolved, they try to solve it through superstring theory. Very complicated theory in which very little of physics but a lot of mathematics existed. It was a great fanfare. People said, we have done it. No. Then they found we have not done it. And the father of the string theory also gave up that theory. And those who got PhD through string theory are now getting jobless. Most of them moved on to finance. This is the latest. So you want to find out a unified field, what Stephen Hawking calls the theory of everything. Now, everything is everywhere. Internet of Things. They talked about artificial intelligence, AI, and Internet of Things, IoT. Now they say not these two things separately, IIoT, artificial intelligence of things. Human mind is struggling to find out some unifying principle from which the whole thing can be explained. Kasminna bhagavo vijñāte sarvamidam vijñātam bhavatiti. That is the Mundaka-Upanishad. This is the generalization principle. Is there one thing from which everything can be thought of as particulars? This was discussed in the Upanishads long ago. It's called Ekatva Vijnana in the Chandogya Upanishad, in the Mundaka Upanishad. This is one quest. That one particular unifying principle of which everything can be thought of as manifestations. The human mind always wants to generalize because human mind is never happy with particulars. The moment you go into particulars, there are differences, there are quarrels and disharmony and dissensions. Try to go to the general. This is related to symmetry. I'll very briefly touch upon this. This is a very, very important concept in science, symmetry. Everywhere, nature you see symmetry. And symmetry is related to beauty. Why is there a beautiful face? We say Chandravadana. The poets talk about this. Because there is an axis of symmetry, and the two ears and the two nostrils and the two eyes are placed exactly symmetrically. And says it is so beautiful. Symmetry is related to beauty. This is more or less understandable. It's called Sundaram. But it's also Satyam. That is the definition of the supreme principle in Hinduism. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, and Shantam. There is a great lady, one of the very few lady physicists called Neutzer. She discovered that symmetry is related to invariance. Invariance is constant, but doesn't change. And the invariance relating to the symmetry was a great discovery. And invariance is truth, and symmetry is beauty. So how truth and beauty are combined in this great discovery. Why I'm trying to say this is that when teachers teach, we discuss with the students, let every student know these great scientific principles which later turned into technology. For example, the wave-particle dualism of de Broglie later became quantum mechanics, and now greatest discovery, quantum computation, so many things are coming up because one philosophical, simple principle. Our children should be taught to think philosophically. Then science will follow, arts will follow, humanities will follow, everything will follow. Einstein's theory of relativity, in a sense, is a theory of invariance. The first postulate says there's relative, all the frames of reference are relative. Second postulate talks about invariance. The velocity of light in vacuum is a constant. Because there should be one invariant principle, constant principle, unchanging principle, with reference to which change can be understood and measured. In India, we discovered that one constant invariant principle you call the Brahman, God, the supreme being, which doesn't change. If everything changes, the world will be meaningless. Why should we believe in God? Why should we believe in the supreme being, constant being? This because if everything is changed, if nothing, suppose you go for the reductio ad absurdum, the way you prove theorems in mathematics, suppose you assume there is nothing constant, nothing invariant, then it will follow that everything is changing. If everything is changing, life will become meaningless. You go back home only to find that the home is moved elsewhere. The whole human life is based upon a fundamental principle that things may change, but there is one invariant, constant, unchanging principle, call it God, call it by any name you like, without which life will become meaningless. Suppose you argue, life becomes meaningless, so what? Suppose you don't find meaning in anything, what happens? You become mad. Who is a madman? A person who doesn't find meaning in nothing. He does not find meaning in anything, so that either he commits suicide, becomes mad. So meaning has to be found in something which is invariant, and that is the purpose of deep religious spiritual conviction. This is the fourth principle, microcosm, macrocosm. Microcosm and macrocosm built on the same plan. Swami Vivekananda had a great realization when he was meditating under a peepal tree near Almora, in which he says, I saw the entire universe in an atom. The great scientific discoveries have been made on this. One simple example I always think of, when Rutherford found out a nucleus inside an atom, a positive core, then the question was, how are the negative forces, negative electrons, placed around this nucleus? So many models came up, and Rutherford was an extremely dejected and tired person, and he looked through the window and saw sun was rising, said, that's it. Just like the planets are moving around the sun, the electrons are moving around the nucleus. Then he worked out the whole thing, and then fine structure of spectral lines, the super fine structure of spectral lines, all of them came from the same idea that the electrons are moving not in circular orbit, elliptical orbits. They're also spinning around themselves, borrowing the whole thing from the cosmos. The macrocosm God has created in one way, and the microcosm exactly is a miniature. From this, Indian scientists, Indian minds, spiritual and physical scientists found out that you don't have to worry about the macrocosm, worry about the microcosm. All the secrets are here, and through the principle which is well known in science called the projection principle. You project from the micro to the macro, and macro back to the micro. First you build models, first work in the laboratories, and so on. So just 4 quests I'll mention and stop here. What are the 4 quests, not only in science, but in religion, everywhere? What is the quest for unity? Human mind always is investigating and trying to find out the unity behind the multiplicity, whether diversity is true or the unity is true, or the diversity can be thought of as a manifestation of one unity. And the second is the quest for a continuum of matter, life, consciousness. Einstein first unified space and time in the special theory, then space, time, and matter in the general theory. But in India, our rishis and munis found out the continuum of space, time, matter, consciousness continuum. That the whole thing should be one continuum, so that there can't be any bifurcation between religion and science, between matter, energy, and consciousness. The third is Bhuma Vidya. Yad Bhuma vai tat sukham na alpe sukham asti. Chandogya Upanishad says, happiness can be found only in the infinite, not in the finite. However much you may try to find joy in the finite, it will ultimately go. So always find happiness in the infinite. Every human mind is constantly longing for the infinite. There is something which tells you you can reach vaster and vaster universes. As our Dr. Das was beautifully mentioning just now, the human mind has no limits. He goes on thinking and thinking and trying to find out what is that infinite. Is there anything called the infinite? The answer to that could be, how could you think of the infinite? If infinite doesn't exist at all, the human mind feels it is infinite, but at the same time it is constrained. Vedanta discovered the secret behind this by saying it is the mind and the body and what's called upadhi, the constraints which make you feel that you are finite, but ultimately you are the infinite, and the body and the mind, the upadhis drop away. And the last is, there is one huge Mahashakti, power which is operating in this universe. You may not believe in God, you may not believe in religion, but you have to believe in huge power, Mahashakti, So Einstein said, my religion consists of a humble adoration of that illimitable intelligence which our dull minds can comprehend only in the most primitive form. In this sense, Einstein said, I am a religious person. So last quotation here, beautiful quotation here, the most profound and the most sublime experience one can feel is the sensation of the mystical and the religious. It is truly the source of all science. A person who is a stranger to this emotion, who can no longer stand and wonder and rapt awe, is as good as dead. To know that what is impenetrable really exists, manifesting itself with the highest wisdom and the most radiant beauty that our dull faculties can comprehend in the most primitive forms, it is this knowledge, this realization that constitutes true spirituality. This cosmic, religious, and mystical consciousness is the noblest mainspring of all scientific research. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji. I'm sure most of us are deeply moved and inspired by your words.
Our institute has made it to the top of the charts in many domains in recent years. Let's invite our respected director, Professor Prasad Krishna, to present the state of NIT Calicut.
Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. B.K. Dasji, Director General ECS, DRDO. Honorable His Holiness Swami Atmapriyanandaji, Pro-Chancellor, Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Educational and Research Institute, Belur Math. Honorable Chairman, Board of Governors, Sri Gajjala Yoganandaji. Honorable former directors in charge, former principals in charge of REC Calicut, distinguished alumni awardees, distinguished invitees, esteemed members of the faculty and staff, distinguished alumni, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, namaste to all. Our Foundation Day is not just a day to remember, it reflects several years of dedication, hard work, and the unwavering commitment of our faculty, staff, students, and alumni. NIT Calicut had a humble beginning in 1961 when the 9th REC in India started functioning on the campus of the Government Polytechnic, West Hill, Calicut, with just 125 students in 3 departments, electrical, mechanical, and civil engineering. The foundation stone for the institute was laid by Sri Pattam Thanu Pillai, the then Chief Minister of Kerala, on September 1st, 1961. We now have 7,200 students pursuing 11 undergraduate programs, 31 postgraduate programs, and doctoral research program. Our community has witnessed steady growth in the past year in all sectors, including academics, outreach, research, collaborations, infrastructure, innovation, and rankings. The Institute's academic system has come a long way since the previous Foundation Day festivities. Major curriculum revamp for UG and PG programs in the light of NEP 2020 and the National Innovation and Startup Policy, NISF 2019, picked up steam over the past year. The UG and PG curriculum focuses more on projects, internships, and project-based learning. The UG and PG curricula support student startups with student-centric policies and industry connections. An MTech program in electric vehicle engineering for working professionals, MTech program in AI and data science, and an external direct PhD are our futuristic initiatives. Another significant achievement is the re-accreditation of 5 major BTech program, 2 MTech program. The Institute significantly improved its NIRF ranking as well. Our current ranking in the engineering stream is 23, in architecture For the third consecutive time, we are ranked number 2. Only the IIT Roorkee is ahead of us. And we are also the only NIT ranked the highest, the 8th rank in the National Innovation Ranking, which is also clubbed with the NIRF now. And in terms of the career development, the NIT Calicut has achieved the highest ever placement in its history with 1148 placement for the 2023 passing out batch. Students secured the placement in companies like DE Shaw, Salesforce, Google, Goldman Sachs, TI, Qualcomm, Oracle, NVIDIA, Cisco, Atlassian, SAP, Micron, Marvell, Samsung, Waptec, L&T, and so on. The Institute's commitment to high-quality education and research has contributed to this achievement. The Institute has also emphasized internship at industry and research organization with a strong 40,000 plus alumni network. The Institute has also introduced innovative teaching methods and curricular and co-curricular activities to make learning more interactive and effective. On the development of infrastructure in the past year, NIT Calicut has experienced significant growth in infrastructure development. The procurement arena has seen major development, including a record number of GEM procurement, ANSYS software installation, fast-track purchases of advanced equipment. Construction projects have seen a quantum leap. The new academic block, 33 kV unmanned digital automated substation are being funded by the ministry to meet the Institute energy requirements by 2025. Institute is also working on a new 760 capacity ladies hostel construction project, 3 more BOG approved projects. Institute also has envisaged 500 crore worth of infrastructure projects to be executed through expression of interest. The central research facility, the central lecture hall, the academic building, the International Hall of Residences are a few major projects on the card. Research and consultancy at NIT Calicut is thriving more than ever. Having received nearly 33 externally funded projects from various funding agencies from September 2022 to August 23 and got sanctioned project worth 6.3 crores, our team inked 31 MOEs and received 29 patents. 3 faculty members have been awarded fellowship under the SIRE Fellowship and received grants under the SPARK project. Institute supports newly joined faculty members through seed grant, with 70 faculty members received 3.5 crores under the FRG 2023. We organize interaction with sub-officials to equip newly joined faculty members with various schemes, project writing ideas, project implementation tips. Various other programs were also conducted online, offline, or in hybrid mode. Our Atal FDPs were conducted in hybrid mode, focusing on research areas. Self-sponsored workshop, self-sponsored FDP, high-end workshop were also conducted for skill development. 6 different Sir Karishala workshop, international conferences, self-sponsored STTPs, skill development programs were also conducted. Students' activities are also gaining momentum and reaching new high. NIT had 2 flagship programs, Tattva and Ragam. Tattva focused on academic excellence with lectures, workshops, and competitions covering a wide range of topics. Ragam 23 was an annual cultural extravaganza featuring students and artists from Bollywood, fashion, sports, cinema, and music. We have also initiated counseling services, stress management workshop, awareness campaigns within the student guidance cell, orchestrating mental well-being program. Your Dost is a 24/7 online counseling platform. Our NSS and NCC units reflect our commitment to society and discipline. Ek Bharat, Shreshta Bharat, and other events help us promote cultural diversity. Faculty and staff recruitment has been done at magnitudes and frequencies unheard of in the history of NIT Calicut. In the last academic year, NIT Calicut has conducted 2 regular faculty recruitments, and we have added 101 new faculty members in the last year. Besides, 65 internal faculties were promoted. The Institute has introduced a new scheme to recruit faculty and researchers from renowned institutes and industries in India and abroad as professor of practice, adjunct faculty, and visiting faculty. In fact, in the last board meeting, we announced the appointment of 9 Professor of Practice, 2 adjunct professors, one from the Indian Institute of Science, one from the IIT Kharagpur, and many of the remaining Professor of Practice, mainly our own distinguished alumni who have come forward to engage with our students and offering courses in various disciplines. Our alumni network is expanding and support soaring high. This year has witnessed immense support from our alumni. A Diamond Jubilee culmination function as the grand finale of the World NITCA Meet WNM 2022, attended by 450 alumni, reflected their affection and commitment. The event featured alumni-sponsored campus projects like the Institute Management System, similar to what IIT Madras has got, IoT Lab, the Green Amphitheater. The year also saw 2 Golden Jubilee reunions and 3 Silver Jubilee reunions, contributing to projects like the Gymkhana, the NITC website. The new website app is completely sponsored to the tune of 4.5 lakhs by our alumni 97 batch. Over 110 alumni volunteered to mentor students in the alumni mentoring program NITCAM. NIT Calicut's flagship festival Tattva and Ragam received significant support from alumni. A CREC NITC endowment fund which will attract 100% tax exemption under the 80G. We are also starting Distinguished Alumni Awards, and this year in this function we are honoring our distinguished alumni, and we are grateful all the alumni awardees are here except one who will be represented by our Ranganath. And thank you all of you for coming and gracing this occasion. It is also proposed to start. This is our wish. The founder principal, Dr. K.M. Keshava Rao, in his memory, we have just laid foundation stone for the Keshava Rao Memorial Clock Tower in front of our iconic main building. Today we laid the foundation stone by our Honorable Chairman, Board of Governors. And this design has been done by our own architect students. It's a great, you can have a look at that. The pictures are there. And we also want to execute a Professor Keshava Rao Memorial Endowment Fund so that the alumni can contribute to that and we can make sure that this clock tower is a reality before the next Foundation Day ceremony in 24. Keshava Rao is the first principal. If you recall, he was earlier the principal of College of Engineering Trivandrum. He is an associate of the Indian Institute of Science. Later he took PhD from the University of Travancore. Then he, after retirement from College of Engineering in 1961, he became the founder principal of the then Calicut Regional Engineering College. He continued as principal until 1969. Later, he joined as a faculty professor of electrical engineering at National Institute of Engineering, Mysore, and he is a known figure in the electrical machines. Even now, the NIE Mysore has instituted a Professor Keshava Rao Endowment Award for the best outgoing electrical engineering student. So we decided that it is high time we honor the first principal, and that is why we have the Foundation Day lecture is named after Professor M.V. Keshava Rao Memorial Lecture, and we are extremely happy. None other than the distinguished Director General, Dr. B.K. Das, has delivered the first Keshava Rao Memorial Lecture. Thank you very much, sir. And then this will continue, and we will have a standing iconic tower in the memory of this great principal who served till 69 from 61. International relations. The Center for International Relations and Foreign Languages has been instrumental in collaborating with foreign academic and industrial organizations. NIT Calicut has signed MOUs with Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, Norwegian University of Science and Technology. We have also launched the Japanese language certificate program. Last month, the first batch has graduated, and this certificate is given by the Japanese Foundation. NIT's multidisciplinary centers offer, I have launched 16 as per the NEP. We have established 16 multidisciplinary centers that enhance students' overall development, enabling them to acquire knowledge and skills beyond their core academic subjects. reflecting the Institute's dedication to creating a comprehensive learning environment that transcends disciplinary boundaries. NITC's multidisciplinary centers including Center for Indian Knowledge System, Center for Holistic Teaching and Learning, Center for Cultural and Art Relation, Center for Yoga and Holistic Wellness, and so on. They all work to enhance the overall development of the holistic development of our students. I conclude by expressing my sincere appreciation to all the members of the faculty, all our former principals and director in charge, all my faculty, officers, staff, alumni and students for making this Foundation Day a remarkable one. I extend my special appreciation to the media who have been supporting us constantly by bringing the activities of the Institute into the public domain and for covering this event. I also thank our peers and collaborators for their support. Thank you all. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, sir, for that brief presentation and leading the Institute to greater heights. Now, we request the Director to release the Foundation Day Souvenir, the communique. We request Dr. Chitra, the Chief Editor from Department of Architecture and Planning, and Dr. Abdul Nasir K, the Chairperson of C-Prime, to join Director on the stage. The souvenir communique is prepared by a team led by Dr. Chitra. The team included Dr. Sanil Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Architecture and Planning, Dr. Abdul Nasir K, Professor CACD, Dr. Amrita PK, Assistant Professor, Department of Architecture and Planning, Dr. Sita Lakshmi, Assistant Professor CED, Dr. Nujum Sagir Karat, Assistant Professor ECED, and Ms. Shri KM, the Public Relations Officer. The QR code of the souvenir is displayed on the screen. Thank you, sir.
Now we request the Director to honor.
We have one more booklet prepared by the Center for Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Incubation that is on patents and technology transfer in the Institute. This will be distributed among the audience.
Now we request the Director to honor our guests. Let's invite the Chairman BOG, the Chief Guest, and the Guest of Honor to receive a memento from the Director. Thank you, sir. We invite the Chairman BOG, the Chief Guest, and the Guest of Honor to receive a memento from the Director. Thank you, Director, sir. We now request our Dean PND to honor the Director.
Thank you, sirs and ma'am. NIT Calicut is joining hands with Ramakrishna Mission Sevashrama, Kozhikode, for the skill development of underprivileged and the tribal people of various districts of the state of Kerala. An MOU is being signed here between the National Institute of Technology Calicut and the Ramakrishna Mission Sevashrama, Kozhikode, for this purpose. I request Swami Narasimhananda from the Ramakrishna Mission Sevashrama to come forward for signing the MOU with the director. The goal of this collaboration is to provide hard and soft skill training and value education, particularly to the tribal population of various districts of the state of Kerala. These would include, but will not be limited to, the skills like plumbing, electricity services, mobile phone service, air conditioning service, refrigeration services, automobile services, small enterprises management, and accounting. Thank you, sir and Swamiji. Now, I would like to request Professor Sridharan, the chairperson for Center of Indian Knowledge System, to come forward to make an announcement.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, on this auspicious occasion of 63rd Foundation Day, in the presence of our Swamiji, our Center for Knowledge System is establishing Vivekananda Study Circle, just as similar to such study circles functioning in IITs. And I am very thankful to our director for suggesting the formation of this Vivekananda Study Circle, and I am sure in this, through this study circle, we will be able to mold our students to the ideals put forward by Swami Vivekananda. I am very thankful to you all. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and music enthusiasts, we invite Professor Shaija A. to grace this event with a song.
Very good morning to all of you, all the respected dignitaries on and off the dais. I'm really honored to be given this chance to stand before you to sing a few lines about my great Bharat. And I'm really touched by the inspiring words of our chief guest about the technological advancement of Bharat and the proud words which he used for Bharat. So the government is now celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and this is my humble effort in bringing out some words about my Bharat. I'm really proud of my Bharat. So kindly bear with me because I'm not a good singer, but I wanted to say this to you. चाहिए अटैक? हेलो हेलो। जब जीरो दिया मेरे भारत ने मेरे भारत ने, दुनिया को तब गिनती आई। तारों की भाषा भारत ने दुनिया को पहले सिखलाई। देता न दशमलव भारत तो यूं चांद पे जाना मुश्किल था। धरती और चांद की दूरी का अंदाजा लगाना मुश्किल था। सभ्यता जहाँ पहले आई, सभ्यता जहाँ पहले आई, पहले जन्मी है जहाँ पे कला। अपना भारत वो भारत है जिसके पीछे संसार चला, संसार चला और आगे बढ़ा। यूं आगे बढ़ा, बढ़ता ही गया। भगवान करे ये और बढ़े, बढ़ता ही रहे और फूले फले, बढ़ता ही रहे।
क्यों हो गए? हौसला।
है प्रीत जहाँ की रीत सदा, है प्रीत जहाँ की रीत सदा, है प्रीत जहाँ की रीत सदा। मैं गीत वहाँ के गाता हूँ, भारत का रहने वाला हूँ, भारत की बात सुनाता हूँ। है प्रीत जहाँ की रीत सदा। काले गोरे का भेद नहीं, हर दिल से हमारा नाता है। कुछ और ना आता हो हमको, हमें प्यार जताना आता है। जिसे मान चुकी सारी दुनिया हो, जिसे मान चुकी सारी दुनिया। मैं बात वही दोहराता हूँ, भारत का रहने वाला हूँ, भारत की बात सुनाता हूँ। है प्रिय जहाँ की रीत सदा। जीते हो किसी ने देश तो क्या, हमने तो दिलों को जीता है। जहाँ राम अभी तक है नर में, नारी में अभी तक सीता है। इतने पावन है लोग जहाँ, इतने पावन है लोग जहाँ। मैं नित नित शीश झुकाता हूँ, भारत का रहने वाला हूँ, भारत की बात सुनाता हूँ। इतनी ममता नदियों को है जहाँ माता कह के बुलाते हैं। इतना आदर इंसान तो क्या पत्थर धरती पे मैंने जन्म लिया हो, इस धरती पे मैंने जन्म लिया, ये सोच के मैं इतराता हूँ। भारत का रहने वाला हूँ, भारत की बात सुनाता हूँ, है प्रिय जहाँ की रीत सदा। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Dear ma'am, thank you very much for your beautiful song. Now, it's time to honor our former heads of the Institute who have helped us to achieve new heights. All these great personalities have contributed immensely to the growth of the Institute. The first person to receive the honor is the former Director of NITC, Professor M.N. Bandyopadhyay. He will receive the memento from our chief guest, Dr. B.K. Das. Professor Bandyopadhyay was a director from 2011 to 14. Over 52 years of experience he has in academia, published over 63 papers and 13 books, selected member for the advisory board of UPSC India and also member of personality test for IAS, taught as Indian expatriate professor at Arba Minch University, Ethiopia for 2 years and also became head of the department electrical under UNDP scheme. Taught at Musania University, Baghdad, Iraq for 3 years in the electrical engineering department. Nominated by Europe Business Assembly, United Kingdom for Socrates International Award. Several times worked as chairman of accreditation team of AICTE, and he is a selected chairman of ENT AEC by AICTE. Thank you, Professor Bandyopadhyay. Now, let me invite Dr. S. Nagaraja to receive the memento. We request our chief guest, Dr. B.K. Das, to honor Professor Nagaraja. Dr. Nagaraja was a principal in charge from 1996 for 1 year, joined CREC on June 4th, 1964, involved in the development of thermal power and other laboratories. So there is a correction. He's in 1999, he was here. In charge lecturer of college transport, in charge of the head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering from 1976 to 1980, head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering from 1985 to 87, chief warden of the college hostel from 87 to 89, chairman of college canteen committee for several years, dean planning and development for about 3 years, principal in charge and mentor secretary, member secretary of board of governors of the college in 1998, and he retired from service of CREC in June 1999. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Dr. B.K. Das, for honoring the two former principals.
Now we request today's guest of honor, Swami Atma Priyananda, to present the citation and memento to Professor B.N. Nagaraj. Professor B.N. Nagaraj was the director in charge during 2005. Dr. B.N. Nagaraj joined the services of CREC on 22nd September 1966. He held various academic positions in his 39 years of service and retired on 30th September 2005. At the time of his retirement, he held the position of Director in charge of NIT Calicut. Other positions held include HOD, Department of Civil Engineering, Dean Planning and Development, Dean Postgraduate Programs, Hostel Resident Warden, Associate Lecturer in charge of Engineering Unit of the College, Inquiry Officer, active member of TechWeb, member of Board of Studies in REC Warangal, REC Trichy, Bangalore University and Calicut University, member Faculty of Engineering, Bangalore University, adjudicator of several PhD theses and MTech dissertation works of NITs and IITs.
Thank you, sir. Now we invite Dr. E. Gopinathan to receive the memento from Swami. Dr. Gopinathan was a director in charge during 2010-11, joined CREC as associate lecturer in 1971, promoted as lecturer in 1974, promoted as assistant professor in 1983, became a professor in 1988, HOD of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering during 2000-2003, chairman Education Technology and Library 2003 to 2005, dean Consultancy and Sponsored Research in 2005, dean Academics, he was dean Planning and Development, and he was director in charge during October 2010 to May 2011, and member of Board of Governors of NIT Calicut from 2007 to 11, produced 10 PhDs, published around 70 papers in national and international journals and conferences, including IEEE Transaction, member of Board of Studies, Academic Council Board of Directors of various universities such as Calicut University, CUSAT, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Bangalore University, Pondicherry University, etc. Member of NBA accreditation team and accredited about 30 engineering colleges and universities, expert member of UPSC for the civil services and engineering services examinations, etc. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you, Swamiji.
With utmost respect, I request our chairperson, Sri Gajala Yoganand, to honor Dr. T.L. Jose now. Professor T.L. Jose was the director in charge during 2011. Professor joined the Department of Electrical Engineering CREC in the year 1969. Professor served as a member of the Board of Governors CREC, became head of the department EED in 1999. Professor also served as Dean Planning and Development from 2002 to 2006 and as the TechWeb coordinator. Professor retired in 2012.
Thank you, Joseph. The chairperson of BOG of NITC will now honor Professor Sandeep Sanjeti, who was the director in charge of our institute for a short while. Sir, please come up. Professor Sanjeti brought in several policy changes to the institute, initiated Golden Jubilee celebration at NIT Calicut, connected several notable alumni to the institute, contributed positively to the growth of institution by nurturing synergy between other NITs like NIT Goa, NIT Puducherry, and NIT Surathkal, presided over several national and international conferences held at NITC, and he enjoyed a warm relationship with students, faculty, and staff fostered through the open houses conducted by him.
Thank you. We request our chief guest of the day, Dr. B.K. Das, to honor Dr. P.S. Sati Devi, who was the director in charge from 2020 to 2021. Ma'am was instrumental in implementing the long-awaited 7 CPC recommendations for non-teaching staff of NIT Calicut. With the support of NITC alumni, ma'am initiated the implementation of the IMS for the automation of all academic and administrative activities of the institute, facilitated the distribution of 350 laptops to needy students during COVID pandemic, took necessary steps to establish an IoT lab. Ma'am was instrumental in the introduction of a new MTech program specializing in artificial intelligence and data analytics, catering to cutting-edge technologies and industry demands.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. We thank the former leaders of our institute for accepting our invitation and receiving the honors. Now, it's time to recognize those individuals from the teaching fraternity who have dedicated an incredible 25 years of their lives to our organization. There are 10 faculty members who are receiving the honor this time. It's our request to each one of you to come up to the dais and receive the memento from respected director. I'll call out one by one. First, Dr. A.V. Babu. We are honoring Professor A.V. Babu for the invaluable service to the institution during the period 1998 to 2023. The following are the major contributions. Served as the head of the Department of EC, Electronics and Communication Engineering, from 2018 to 20. Served as a Senate nominee to the Board of Governors of NIT Calicut from 2017 to 2019. Supervised 10 PhDs, published more than 60 research papers in journals of repute.
Next is Dr. Abdul Nasir K.A. for the invaluable service to the institution during the period 1998 to 2023. The following are the major contributions. Served the institute in various capacities such as Head of the Department of CSED, Chairman UG Admissions, Associate Dean Academic, Faculty Functionary at the Office of the Dean, Faculty in charge of CNC, Hostel Warden, and Returning Officer of SAC Elections. Instrumental in establishing bioinformatics research at NITC, introducing courses on bioinformatics and natural language processing, published over 48 research papers in international journals and conferences, successfully guided 8 PhDs, more than 70 PhD and 45 UG dissertations, and presently serving as Chairman, Center of Public Relations, Information and Media Exchange, C-Prime.
Next is Dr. Jayakumar MG. For the services from 1998 to 2023, the following are the major contributions. Serving as the head of the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering since June 2022. Publications in journals of repute, supervised more than 15 undergraduate and 30 postgraduate dissertations.
Next is Dr. R. Manu for the invaluable service to the institution during the period 1998 to 2023. The following are the major contributions. An active faculty member in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, received high student feedback scores consistently, held various positions in the department such as PhD coordinator, PG program coordinator, etc. Served NITC hostels in various capacities, including the chief warden. Served as a member Board of Governors NITC during 21 to 23. Served the campus school as manager and president of School Management Committee. IPR achievements including patent, copyright, designation, design registration, and trademark registration.
Next is Dr. Murli Krishnan. Dr. Murli Krishnan has served as the head of the department from 2020 to 2022 of Computer Science Department, served as a secretary, Faculty Association for 3 years, and served as a member of Board of Governors of NIT Calicut from 2011 to 13, currently serving in the Board of Studies of Kerala Technological University, completed PhD from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and was accorded with the CSA Best PhD Thesis Award. designed and developed major open source UG instructional platforms for operating systems, compilers, and database systems, has awarded 9 PhDs, currently guiding 2 PhDs, published more than 20 scientific publications.
Thank you, sir. Next is Dr. Rijal Ramchand, who could not join us here due to other commitments. I'll just recite a brief version of the citation. For the invaluable service to the institution during the period 1998 to 2023, following are the major contributions: served as the head of the department from 2020 to 23, served as chairperson PG admission, served as chairperson ETL, served as FRG coordinator, served as associate dean RNC, guided more than 8 PhDs.
Now, next is Dr. Sedalavi Kaladi. He has served as the head of the Department of Computer Science from 2016 to 2018, served as the hostel warden for more than 10 years, currently associated with the Center for Information Technology Research and Automation, CITRA, as the faculty in charge of DSS IMS, developed the hardware and embedded systems laboratory under the MODROP scheme of MHRD. 2 PhDs are awarded, has more than 25 scientific publications.
Next is Dr. Samir SM. For the invaluable service to the institution during the period 98 to 23. The following are the major contributions: developed an advanced wireless communication and signal processing laboratory with the support of DSCFIST, various leadership positions in IEEE, including Kerala Section Chair, currently serving as Chair Quality Management IEEE Conference, served as the HOD, served as the head of TNP, served as the member of Board of Governors from 2018 to 2020, 8 PhDs awarded under his guidance, and has many journal publications and patents to his name.
Next is Dr. A. Shaija. She has served as the only lady member of the Mechanical Engineering Department of NIT Calicut throughout, and served as a main warden of the Ladies Hostel for 6 years, served as a secretary PTA of NIT Calicut for 5 years, serving as a chairperson, Internal Compliance Committee, serving as a program coordinator of PG, Energy Engineering and Management, selected as the Joint Secretary of the Combustion Institute Indian Chapter for 5 years, selected as a Fellow of Institution of Engineers and a Chartered Engineer, published more than 110 research papers in reputed journals, national and international conferences, handled many external funded projects, and supervised more than 20 postgraduate dissertations and 6 PhDs.
Next is Dr. Vinod Pathari for the invaluable service to the institution during the period 1998 to 2023. Following are the major contributions. Administrative responsibilities included working with Office of Dean, Alumni Affairs and International Relations, Central Library Training and Placement, developed a couple of laboratory courses, published more than 20 research publications, currently associated with CITRA and the deployment of Institute Management Systems.
Now we move on to the honoring of the non-teaching staff, non-teaching employees who have been with us with the Institute for 25 years. I request Director to honor them. Let's call upon Sri Abdul Sattar VM first. We honor him for the invaluable services to the institution during the period 1998 to 2023. The following are the major contributions: joined as a tradesman in the Department of Computer Science Engineering at REC, when it was REC in 1998, has been promoted to trade instructor in 2000, and in 2018 promoted as technical assistant, currently working as a senior technical assistant in computer science and engineering since 2021, served as a member of organizing team of the International Symposium on Biocomputing, and served as reporting cum admission center official at CSAB, reporting cum admission center at NIT Calicut. Thank you.
Next is Sri Ajayan A. Sri Ajayan A.
Due to some other commitments, he is not available here. Next, we would like to call upon Mr. Clemson CR. Sri Clemson joined as a tradesman in Electrical and Maintenance Unit at Regional Engineering College in 1998, and he has been promoted to Trade Instructor Grade 2 in February 2001, and promoted as Technician senior grade in 1 in electrical maintenance unit in 2016, and promoted as technical assistant in 2018. Currently, he's working as a technical assistant in the electrical maintenance unit.
Next is Sri M.K. Radhakrishnan. For the invaluable service to the institution during the period 98 to 2023, the following are the major contributions. Joined as a tradesman in the electrical maintenance unit at REC, Calicut on September 7, 1998. Has been promoted to trade instructor on May 15, 2001 and promoted as technician in the EMU on Jan 2016. On New Year's Day 2018, promoted as technical assistant, currently working as a technical assistant in the EMU.
Thank you. Now let's call upon Mr. Raghu PV. Mr. Raghu PV joined as a tradesman in the Department of Mechanical Engineering in 1997 and has been promoted to trade instructor grade 2 in 99 and promoted as senior mechanic grade 1 in Mechanical Engineering Department in 2012. And he's promoted as a senior technical assistant in 2018. Currently, he is working as a technical assistant senior grade 2 in the Mechanical Engineering Department since 2020.
Next is Sri Sanal PR. For the invaluable service to the institution during the period 1997 to 2023, Sri Sanal joined as a tradesman in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at REC Calicut on September 1997. He has been promoted to trade instructor on October 18, 1999 and promoted to senior mechanic in the Mechanical Engineering Department on July 2010. On New Year's Day 2016, promoted as senior technical assistant, currently working as a technical assistant in the Mechanical Engineering Department since January 2018.
Thank you. Now let's invite Sri Suresh Kesi for receiving the honors. Sri Suresh Kesi joined as a tradesman in the Department of Mechanical Engineering in 1997, and he has been promoted to the trade instructor grade 2 in 99 and promoted as a senior mechanic grade selection grade in Mechanical Engineering Department in 2007, and he's promoted as senior technical assistant in 2016 and promoted as technical assistant grade 2 in the Mechanical Engineering Department 2018, and currently he is working as a technical assistant senior grade 1 in the Mechanical Engineering Department since June 2020. Thank you all. And no celebration is complete without our family. Let's now appreciate the kids of our employees who have made remarkable achievements in Class 10 and Class 12 exams. We request our director to congratulate the kids and hand over a proficiency certificate to them. Let me call upon the kids. Master Saurav M. If the parents are present, please accompany the kids. Master Saurav has acquired very good marks in 12th standard. Son of Dr. Manu. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Saurav. We have Ms. Mariam Amin also, who has acquired very good marks for 12th standard, but she is absent for some other commitments. Let me invite Master Sudev PS for securing good marks in 10th standard. Let's invite Ms. Sneha Mary Shijo. On behalf of Sneha, Dr. Shijo will be receiving the Memento and Proficiency Certificate. Thank you, children. Thank you, their parents, and thank you, Director Sir, for the honoring of the kids.
Now it is time to relax listening to a beautiful Hindi song. I request Sri Nandakumar, Technical Assistant, Electrical Engineering Department, to come forward for the performance.
Namaskaram. तुम बेहद हसी ये से बुरे हम भी नहीं माना तुम बेहद हसी ये से बुरे हम भी नहीं देखो तुझे तो प्यार से डरते हो क्यों इकरार से माना तुम बेहद हसी से बुरे हम भी नहीं कुछ दिल रुबा तुम हमसे खुशियों दफा बिच्छी नजर देखी अधा लगते हो क्यों बेजार से कभी तो प्यार से डरते हो क्यों इकरार से माना तुम बेहद हसी ये से बुरे साथ गए आसान हो जाए सफर छोड़ो भी दुनिया कदर छोड़ो न दिल इनकार से देखो तुझे तो प्यार से डरते हो क्यों इकरार से माना है तुम बेहद हंसी ये से बुरी हम भी नहीं देखो तुझे तो प्यार से डरते हो क्यों इकरार से माना हो तुम बेहद हंसी से बुरी हम भी नहीं Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sri Nandakumar, for that beautiful song. And now, alumni are the backbone of any well-established educational institution. NIT Calicut, formerly RSC Calicut, has many alumni who stand as shining examples of our institution's commitment to excellence. Here, we recognize some of them with an award. I invite the Dean Alumni Welfare and Corporate Relations, Dr. Anil Kumar, to brief about the prestigious Distinguished Alumni Awards.
On and off the dais, on a variety of capacities, our alumni, who are approximately around 40,000 in number, has been helping us in a very unprecedented way in the recent years through the platform of NITCA and otherwise. And it has been our long-cherished goal to institute a set of awards that honor our eminent and well-acclaimed alumni. And this year, I'm happy to announce that we have started with the process. We call the awards by the name Distinguished Alumni Awards, DAA, and it's given in 7 categories to celebrate the professional achievements and contributions of its alumni and to motivate current and future students. The heads are Technology Innovation Excellence, Academic Excellence, Managerial Excellence, Entrepreneurial Excellence, Excellence in Public Services and Other Walks of Life, Excellence in Institutional Development and Alma Mater Services, and the last one, Emerging Alumni Leader Award. We have implemented a rigorous system of inviting duly endorsed applications, its scrutiny, screening, and selection. A web portal with various automated workflows and having capabilities for online application, submission, and endorsement was developed for this process. The DAA scheme was officially announced in early July, and from amongst the applications received after a preliminary scrutiny by the Dean ACR's office, we have shortlisted the eligible applications, and the screening was carried out by a committee consisting of registrar and 3 deans of NITC. And the applications were shortlisted at that point of time on the basis of the following criteria. 1, career profile trajectory after graduation, contribution to the field depending on award category, peer recognition and other awards of repute that they have already received, contribution to institute, society, humanity, as the case may be. Subsequently, the selection committee, constituted by the NIT, comprising of academicians, a senior bureaucrat, and an industry expert, reviewed and ranked the shortlisted applicants to identify the top-ranked candidates in each category. Only under the institutional development and alma mater services we had a tie, so we are having 2 awardees under this category this year. These applications received are valid for 3 years, which means 2 more years they are valid. We will only entertain newer applications or updations on existing applications from this year onwards. The DAS are a small token of NITC's appreciation for the achievements and continued support of our alumni for our alma mater. We look forward to receiving your patronage under multiple avenues, but all of them leading to the furthering of the Institute's interests in one way or the other. I thank all those who have made the DIA implementation a success, especially my Associate Deans, Dr. Deepak, Dr. Salil, and the team from Department of Architecture who stood by me in finalizing and designing the sculpture for the award. Over to the awards now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, let's meet the awardees one by one. First, let me invite Sri A.K. Balasubramanian to receive the award in Technology Innovation Excellence. Sir, please come onto the stage. Sri A.K. Balasubramanian is a 1982 graduate of B.Tech Mechanical Engineering, and he was a director, technical and distinguished scientist in Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, Department of Atomic Energy. During his illustrious career, about 37 years, he contributed immensely towards the indigenization of pressurized heavy water reactor technology and its further development. Please, we request the chairman of our Board of Governors of NIT Calicut to give away the awards. During the initial phase of the career of Dr. Balasubramanian, he was a designer of reactor components and process systems. He is credited with design and development of fork reactivity control systems, shutdown systems, and flux monitoring assemblies. Sri Balasubramanian was a member of NPCIL Board of Directors and also a member of the Board of Nuclear Fuel Complex and Heavy Water Board. He is a fellow of Indian National Academy of Engineering. He has a lot of credits to his career in developing many reactors. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our honor. We request you to speak a few words to us.
Honorable dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, respected members of faculty, teaching faculty, my former gurus, I see Dr. Nagaraja here, namaskar. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear students, good afternoon to all of you, and the greetings of 63rd Foundation Day to all of you. I am very delighted, feel extremely privileged and also fortunate to be chosen for this prestigious award. And I accept this, or I receive this award with all humility. I thank NIT Calicut, the Institute Management, the Alumni Associations, and all those who supported me, as well as all those who made this event a success. Thank you very much. At this moment, my mind is flooded with thoughts and memories, some exuberant, some nostalgic, some filled with bonhomie. Among that, let me share a few thoughts on this occasion. There is a verse in Sanskrit, Janani Janma Bhumischa Sorgadabi Gariyasi. Although the context of that verse is different, at this moment, I feel that one should add one's alma mater also to that list, which is so dear to all of us. And when you receive an award or recognition of this sort, it is doubly sweet. Well, one of the most important technological challenges that the planet Earth is facing today is the need to fulfill increasing demand for electricity and also to generate that much electricity in a green way and affordable to all the human population on the earth. In fact, the requirement of green energy, I don't need to emphasize. In fact, the poem Mega, what is that, Mega? One poem was recited here that's aptly in this context. The, bringing out the climatic shocks that we face today. So in this context, in this perspective, the nuclear energy, nuclear power, that means the method of harnessing the power of atom for generating electricity is, I believe, is bound to play a vital role as a baseload 24/7, green and a safe source of energy. I would like to believe that the recognition of me today is also a recognition of the nuclear technology and the importance of nuclear technology in the green energy mix. On this occasion, I remember with fondness and gratitude all my teachers, all my batchmates, and my friends from the senior and junior batches who were in the campus, and their contributions in making me what I am. So I once again salute all of them. My congratulations to all other awardees present here. My best wishes to all the students. Thank you once again to NIT Calicut. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let me quickly introduce the next award recipient, Sri Mustafa PC, who received his BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from the Institute. Sri Mustafa is a visionary entrepreneur, revolutionized the fresh food industry by prioritizing preservative-free options. His journey from modest beginnings to co-founding ID Fresh Food epitomizes determination and visionary innovation. Armed with degrees in Computer Science Engineering from REC Calicut and later an MBA from IIM Bangalore. Let me now invite Sri Mustafa PC to receive the award in Entrepreneurial Excellence from our Honorable Chairman BOG. In 2005, Sri Mustafa co-founded ID Fresh Food in Bangalore, envisioning to offer traditional preservative-free Indian meals amidst modern hustle. Sri Mustafa PC's exceptional contributions earned him awards like the IIMB Distinguished Alumni Award. His journey showcases passion, perseverance, and progressive thinking's industry redefining power, inspiring global entrepreneurs. He has also been invited to esteemed platforms like Harvard, MIT Sloan, and the United Nations. Sir, at this moment, I request you to kindly share a few words with this audience.
In the name of God, peace be unto you. Respected dignitaries, I'm very grateful to NIT and to the jury for picking me for this prestigious award. I'm overwhelmed with this recognition. I also feel very humbled to receive this award along with other famous dignitaries and distinguished alumni awardees. There are a lot of people who have helped me to reach to where I am today. My teachers, schools, NIT, IIM Bangalore, my co-founders, my team, my partners, retailers, customers, my investors, and finally, my parents who have joined me today, and my family members. My special thanks to Rahana, who has nominated me for this prestigious award. NIT gave me a lot of important things in my life. You won't believe. NIT gave me my first job, like most of you. But that job came with 3 meals a day. My parents started eating 3 meals a day after me getting a job from NIT Calicut. My parents started living in a decent home after me getting a job from NIT Calicut. It gave me a world outside, it showed me a world outside Kerala. That made me think beyond, and that gave me the platform for me to think beyond and achieve few things in my life. And most importantly, I am zero without my engineering and computer science from NIT Calicut. So thank you all. I want to leave this platform with just one message. It's a 2-minute message. I want to tell you a story of how I reached NIT Calicut. I hail from a very remote village in a beautiful place called Wayanad in Kerala. My village was so remote during my childhood days that we had no electricity in my village, we had no roads in my village. To start the electricity supply in my village, one of the collector came to my village. And that's how I happened to see a collector who was well-dressed in his white shirt and a black trouser. That was the motivation for me to pursue my studies. I was a school dropout. And then I took up the journey, and I thought I want to become a collector one day in my life. And I joined Farooq College to do my physics, chemistry, and maths, first group. I had no idea about NIT. I had no idea about engineering. I had a roommate who was also from a very remote village. One day, on a trip from Farooq College to his place, he happened to see this campus, NIT Calicut. And he told me about this, right? And that was the last day of the admission. He somehow managed to get an admission, paper or the application form, and then apply on my behalf. That's Usman. He took me to where I am today. Now think of the situation. Usman made a difference in my life, not just in my life. It made a life in millions of lives. Today, we feed world's best food to more than 2 million Indians every day with the world's best food. So the reason I'm bringing up this point to you is, there are a lot of smarter Usmans and Mustafas in the remote villages. I request board of directors to seriously think of bringing those smart kids to the institute, motivate them, and make them achievers in life. I seriously request board to consider this request. Once again, I'm very grateful for NIT for giving me this prestigious award. I pledge to live up to the institute expectations. Thank you again for this great opportunity. God bless you all. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your inspiring journey. Let me now very quickly introduce our next award recipient, Dr. Maruti R. Akela. He received BTech from Mechanical Engineering in 1992. He's a professor with the Department of Aerospace Engineering and Engineering Mechanics at UT Austin, where he holds the Cockrell Family Endowed Chair in Engineering. He received his BTech in Mechanical Engineering from REC Calicut and PhD in Aerospace Engineering from Texas A&M. Now I invite Dr. Maruti R. Akela to receive the award in Academic Excellence from our Honorable Chairman, Board of Governors. Here are a few more noteworthy points about Professor Akela. He's the founding director for the Center for Autonomous Air Mobility and the faculty lead for the Control, Autonomy, and Robotics area at UT Austin. He has published more than 230 papers in peer-reviewed archival journals and professional conferences. Dr. Akela is a fellow of the IEEE, AIAA, and AAS and holds the academician rank with the International Academy of Astronautics. Sir, request you to speak a few words.
Thank you. This is humbling and distinguished honorable guests, faculty members, my dearest students, colleagues. I really am at a loss for words. Thank you. So where do I start? Let me first say, you brought a professor to a podium and you advised that I have 3 minutes. I think that's cruel treatment. I will try. There's a saying that's attributed to African origins. It makes a village to raise a child. I think it translates very well across cultures and languages. The village, in my case, first and foremost, is my family. My parents, my siblings, my wonderful wife, the rock of my life, my 2 beautiful kids, our extended family, my father-in-law, who is here in the audience. I'm honored. Thank you, Mawai Garu. And so many colleagues, mentors, friends that have stood with me, and most importantly, as an educator, my students, because I reflect all the good things that they do. So thank you. And it's also my students that have constantly reinforced the sense that we are all always students, and life is a process of learning. And I firmly believe in that. Over my life, I had the great privilege of visiting many university campuses and across the world. But NIT is special. This is home. I may go to so many places as a professor, but I come here as a student. So it brings me back to my roots. And I can also share with you my journey. When I came here back in 1988, I'm an accidental engineer. Growing up, I never really even thought of becoming an engineer. Now, that's a different story. Maybe I certainly will need more than 3 minutes. But I can tell you that I came here, a raw young kid. I was not even 16, believe it or not. And I became a young adult during my 4 years here. So there are some of the most profound foundational experiences that I have gained during my time here on campus. And I'm sure that that's a feeling that many of my distinguished Alumni Award colleagues would resonate with when they look back and when they reflect on the times that they had here on campus. Director Professor Krishna, your State of the Institution speech, thank you, sir. What it conveys is that the institution is making remarkable progress, which is a positive sign. I will borrow a favorite American expression. You did not say those words, sir, but the state of the institution is strong and thriving. Thank you for your leadership. And just like I go back to my village analogy, I'm sure, sir, you'll be the first to acknowledge that the institute is making progress because of support from the leadership, the administration, the faculty, and the students. The students are always first because they carry the flag forward. So, sir, and Dean Anil Kumar, sir, you know how to reach me. I'm easy to reach. I'm your foot soldier. Call on me for anything and anything and everything I can do for the institute. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. The award in managerial excellence is for Mr. Venu Nair. Shri Venu Nair is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Shoppers Stop. He is an international retail leader with a rich and varied experience in the retail apparel industry across South Asia and Europe. Shri Venu Nair is a Bachelor of Technology Honours from RSC Calicut and an MBA in Marketing from SPG Institute of Management and Research, Mumbai. He will receive the award from Honourable Chairman BOG. The company, that is the Shoppers Stop, actually also launched two new formats under the leadership of Mr. Venu Nair, the SS Beauty for beauty enthusiasts and Intune, the value fashion format, which has gotten off to a rocking start. Prior to joining Shoppers Stop, Sri Venu was the CEO Westside at Trent Limited, where he was responsible for the growth of the brand across the country for over 3 years. For a large part of his tenure at Trent, he was also responsible for the operations of Zudio and Landmark. He moved back to India as a director of Mark & Spencer India to set up buying offices for the global Mark & Spencer's businesses in South Asia. He was responsible for sourcing over $1 billion for merchandise for Mark & Spencer PLC. Thank you very much, sir. Please share a few words with us.
All the dignitaries on the dais, former directors, professors, faculty members, co-awardees from today afternoon, students, and everyone in the audience. It is very overwhelming to be standing on the stage to receive this award. This is extremely special, and to receive an award from one's alma mater is always special. More so to receive an award from in the front of faculty who taught me, who made me what I am. RSC Calicut, as it was known then, or NIT as it is today, is the 4 years of my life, which made me a man from a boy. Lots of memories, pleasant memories, fond memories of the 4 years that we spent here. Made friends who are for life, discovered capabilities in myself which I never knew existed, and of course, studied in between. But I think the most important lesson that I learned while I was here, and that was Professor Namboodiripad, who was my research guide at that time. And I remember him saying, now that you've got here, you can stop studying and start learning. And I thought that was that one phrase which made the whole difference in my approach to life. I owe a lot to REC, I owe a lot to this campus for what I am today. All the lessons learned to be a leader, to be a manager, to do things life, to make things happen, were learned in the classrooms of this campus, on the football fields of this campus, in the auditoriums of this campus. And I can never, ever differentiate REC from my entire career. That's what REC did for me. My humble thanks to each and every one of the judging committee, the jury, for selecting me for this award. Thank you very much and wish everyone all the best. I am always available and more than happy to help the Institute in any way possible at all times. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The next award is in the Excellence in Public Services and Other Walks of Life. It is for Sri Jayadevan P. Sri Jayadevan P has over 3.5 decades of experience in the oil and gas sector. So please come up to the stage. Besides heading the engineering projects and operating plans, he was instrumental in conceptualizing and implementing transformational IT projects in the sector. He holds a master's degree in petroleum management. While Sri Jayadevan has made significant changes through many innovative projects, it was his relentless effort in adapting digital technology which created a difference for every LPG consumer in the country. Jayadevan's critical role in implementing Aadhaar-based direct benefit transfer was laid the foundation for providing subsidy to the eligible households, while also arresting the leakages in LPG subsidy amounting to thousands of crores of rupees for the Government of India. For this pioneering effort, he was awarded the Aadhaar Excellence Award by the Honorable Prime Minister of India. The initiative also figured in the Guinness Book of World Records. Further, it paved the way of the Government of India to provide clean energy to nearly all the households in India through the Ujjwal Yojana scheme, which commenced in 2016. Sri Jayadevan has worked as a head of Chairman Secretariat, head of Tamil Nadu State and Country Head of LPG. Sir, please say us a few words.
Dignitaries on and off the dais, my friends from Alumni, my gurus, faculty members, and dear students, very good afternoon to all of you. After 38 years going out of this great institution, today is one of the most memorable, I would say the most memorable day in my life. Though I have got many other awards, this is the most cherished that one gets from its alma mater. Thank you very much, NIT Calicut, the jury, the members who have selected me for this award, and all those who supported me to really achieve heights in my career. Just reminds me about the first day in this great institution. I came with my father to join or to have the first interview. In fact, those days there were only 4 disciplines: electronics, mech, electrical, and civil. I've selected civil because my father asked me to do so. And of course, I would not have got electronics. Electronics are for the top-notch students like your director in charge, Sati Devi, and all of them. But when I have selected in civil and then appeared for that informal interview, Professor Bahauddin, principal, has asked me, why civil? Why not electrical or mechanical? I really couldn't answer. I was actually fumbling. Then my father answered, I want him to study down-to-earth engineering. That is the response. And probably that is my first learning about humility in life. And probably that has given me opportunity to learn other engineering much better subsequent to my joining Indian Oil Corporation. In fact, IT and then other technologies much better and implement many new technologies for the sector and then come to a good level of serving the public in the subsequent years. So humility is something which I always have in my life. And then I also feel the students to think about humility, earn humility so that you have no real inhibition of asking any stupid questions, understand things much better and taking it in your life. Creativity is another. Probably the student days are the best days for all to have maximum creativity. In fact, we also had been, when we were in this campus, trying to have that sort of a creativity, participating in many of the design competitions. And in fact, I and 4 of my friends together we had the final year projects for civil engineering as ancient Kerala architecture. Then, towards the end of the project, we had the Viva, and then Principal Mr. Unnikrishna Pillai had asked a question with an analogy, of course. When everyone is wearing pants, why do you want to study the normal traditional mundu? That is the question he asked. Why do you want to do that? Because studying the ancient Kerala architecture, the obvious answer was, when you study the mundu and then get something better than pants, why not? The creativity is something which I learned and I applied throughout my career, and probably that has also helped me. More than humility and creativity, I find what you earn from this great institution is the friendship. Today, a long-time relationship is what is missing from the young generation, and then friendship is something which is going to give you that sort of a long-term relationship. You know, the alumni works on friendship. And let me also tell you, I would not have been here receiving this award, but for my friend Charlie J. Thomas, who is sitting here. He has nominated me for this award. I'm pretty sure that many of you will have more and more Charlies in your life, allowing you to have much, much better heights to conquer in the days to come. Let me thank once again the Institute and all those who have selected me for this award and then giving me this award. And I would once again try to repeat, humility is something which binds or which grounds you. And at the same time, creativity is something which allows you to fly high. And friendship is something which actually holds for the right direction in your life. Thanks once again, and let me also congratulate my fellow award winners who are here, and also the great, great hospitality. In fact, when I was sitting there, I was coughing. One of the young students came and said, "Do you need water?" That's the sort of hospitality what is extended by my alma mater. I'm really, really deeply touched by it. Thank you very much for all the hospitality and the wonderful time here and giving me this award. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful message. Now, there are two awardees in the next category, which is Excellence in Institutional Development and Alma Mater Services. Let me first invite Sri Shilain Sagunan to receive the award from our Honorable Chairman BOG. Sri Shilain completed BTech Mechanical Engineering at REC Calicut and MTech in Aerospace Engineering at IIT Bombay. Shilain started his career with VSSC ISRO and subsequently moved to the US. He founded Arbitron India, growing this company to a world-class product company, creating 400 high-tech jobs in Kerala. Here are a few more remarkable points from his bio. Promoting startup entrepreneurship, he co-founded two organizations, the first PPP model tech accelerator and incubator in Kannur called MyZone, creating 50 plus entrepreneurs, and the first native angel investment network of Kerala called Malabar Angel Network. Mr. Shilain had convinced two of his mentee startups to provide consulting projects to his alma mater for solving certain complex technology problems, and made joint proposals to DSC for securing capital investment for research facilities. He had also started Arbitron Center of Excellence in NIT campus in 2010, providing paid internships and recruiting a few NIT students. He has received several prestigious awards, particularly in creating a startup entrepreneurship culture in Kerala from TIE, KSUM, NASCOM, and KMA. Sir, I request you to speak a few words.
Yeah, I am honored and privileged to come to my alma mater and feel packed up with emotions and nostalgia. Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, my respected teachers, at least I can see three teachers who has taught me, Professor Murali, Professor Joseph, and then Professor Nagaraj. So, it is like saying that, there is a saying, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. So with that, I'm feeling very emotional in this point, to come to this thing. So now let me start a couple of things about, I would say that we had some very interesting, wonderful teachers, awesome teachers at that time who were teaching us some of the fundamentals. And also, I would say more than the teaching, other than the teaching, there are so many other skills which we learned, the life skills, which I would say is something, which is equally important as academics. And that is something which helped me in my career. After my engineering here in NIT, I did my master's from IIT Mumbai, specializing in aerospace engineering. And I had a good career in ISRO as an aerospace systems engineer, working at the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center. And I learned a few things there. One is, if you have any problem, you start with Newton's laws in the ground. And which is in the ground, you start with Newton's laws. And if any commercial thing, or economic thing, you go with Adam Smith's thing about theory of elasticity and demand. So the fundamental thing is that you don't be afraid to fail. Okay? And also don't be afraid to try new things. And start from fundamentals. And that is something which actually helped me in my life. So I owe a lot to ISRO, and there were a lot of, in fact, Somnath and Shivan, we were colleagues in the same group. So, and I'm very proud to be an alumni of ISRO. So after that, I took a break. I left India. I went to US, and it completely changed my field. I got into corporate, and I was lucky to be part of a journey which we were able to take a small company to an IPO, listing in New York Stock Exchange. So after that saga, so I decided to come back to India, and then started a couple of companies here, which was pretty successful. It got acquired by one of the largest media research companies in the world. So after that, I've been working with, with the startups as an investor and as a mentor, and also started a couple of incubators in Kerala, and also serve in the board of Kerala Startup Mission, chaired by the Chief Minister of Kerala. So this is the thing. And also, I'm very proud to be an alumni and also we have a very efficient alumni organization in Kochi, and for the benefit of the people here. So we run, I would say, the topmost social club in India. I would say that even the IIT doesn't have that. So we have a asset worth more than 100 crores, which has been created by the unity of alumni. I remember that the first meeting I got introduced, and I'm the secretary of that charitable society. So I remember the first meeting. Again, it's a bit of fun here to talk that. So I was introduced there by the then president, and I remember there was we had the World NITCA Council meeting. I think Professor Sanjay, you were there, the guest there, and so there was a debate. So we had people from the 1968 batch and also the people at the 2015 batch, and they were debating on 1 hour on what brand of liquor you should you should serve. Okay, and so which means that there is a lot of synonymy in the thought process. And I would say these are some of the things which is our camaraderie about the organization, and also how and also alumni is on behalf of Rekha Charitable Society. We are very happy to support the activities of the alumni here, the alumni initiatives. Okay, and I am doing a couple of things just to with the institute now, small things. So any problem, real life problem in the industry is multidisciplinary. You look at it, it is not a one-dimensional thing like we had earlier, like mechanical, civil. So any real life industry problem is multidisciplinary. So you have got different now, computer science, economics, all these things will come together. And I'm very happy that Professor Prasad of your vision of creating multidisciplinary, programs, where you can do multiple majors and minor. Again, that is something which the industry needs. Okay, so that is one part. So I'm trying to do a couple of small things with a couple of faculty here. One is creating a COE on electrical traction, okay, so which is a multidisciplinary area. Okay, and The other one is on photonics and artificial intelligence. So this is an area. And so the thing is, so we are trying to do some projects which is of import substitution, where actually we can develop technologies in India. And so we have started on a few projects. And in all these projects, there is a startup company which is involved, which is something. One thing about mixing with a startup is that they will put you on your toes. Okay, so that will bring in discipline, and that will ensure that there is an accountability on that. And it is backed up by a large company. Like in the EV case, we have a startup which is one of the leading startups into EV traction that is there. And then there's a Tata Elxsi, who is actually a corporate supporter for it. And there are some very good faculty members here, so who has got industry experience and who are ready to contribute there. And there are students there. And finally, the goal is that all these things will converge, and it will create a system which is financially self-sustainable. Okay, so that is the goal. And also one on the physics side, which is using fiber optics and artificial intelligence. So that also we have started. There's a startup which is actually giving a project to one of the faculty members here. So this is what I am contributing, and we wanted to make it as a model, because once you have this model, this can be applied across other domains. Okay. Once again, thank you all. Thank you everyone here, and my wife is also here, so thanks to you also. So thank you, and wish you all the best. God bless. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. Shri John Joseph is the next recipient for the Award in Excellence in Institutional Development and Alma Mater Services. Shri John Joseph is an alumnus of the 1968-72 Mechanical Engineering batch of RAC Calicut. He also received the Bachelor of Laws degree from Mumbai University. He is the chairman and principal consultant of John Mech EI Technologies Private Limited, an engineering consultancy company based in Mumbai. He has 44 years experience in engineering and project management consultancy services. Due to some other commitments, Mr. John Joseph is not able to be here with us. Instead of him, Sri Ranganathan Ramani, who is the Joint Secretary of NITCA, will be receiving the award on behalf of Sri John Joseph. Sir, please come up to the stage. And just to mention, Sri John Joseph was our Honorable Chairperson, BOG, will give the award to Sri Ranganathan Ramani, who is receiving on behalf of Sri John Joseph. Sri John Joseph was the first president of the reconstituted World NITCA Apex body. As the president, he led major initiatives by signing a formal agreement between NITC and NITCA to start alumni projects and programs in the campus and for better institute alumni interactions. The initiatives include starting of a new chapters, attracting younger alumni, statutory registration of chapters for good governance, better information flow, alumni as visiting faculty, and projects such as gazebo, amphitheater, IoT lab, etc. Sri John has participated in all the alumni activities at NITC campus and outside, including all World NITCA meets. He conducted the World NITCA meet 2016 in Goa as the chairman. I would like to request Sri Ranganathan Ramani to read the message from Sri John Joseph to us.
I stand out among the other awardees, distinguished alumni awardees, because I am the only proxy here, proxy recipient. On behalf of my fellow chapter member, Sri John Joseph, I am happy and privileged to read out this message. He is currently in Canada. Dignitaries on the dais, deans, professors, alumni, and students, greetings to all of you from Canada. I regret that I could not be present here today and personally receive the prestigious award as a distinguished alumni of this great institution. I had to travel abroad at this time for an important conference, which was scheduled some time back. My apologies to all of you. With humility, I accept this award. I consider this award not as a recognition to me alone, but to the entire alumni fraternity, especially to our association, NITCA. I thank the present and past president, Prakash Shetty and Sudhakaran, and all office bearers of past and present for their contributions. Excellence in Institutional Development and Alma Mater Services category, in which this award is bestowed on me, is connected with work towards overall improvement of NITC in whichever way possible. There have been several ways the alumni could contribute to this effort, and it is still continuing. Our Alumni Association, NITCA, is the right organization through which an alumnus can participate in the development of NITC. During my term as the president of NITCA, an agreement was signed between NITC and NITCA to channelize such efforts of the alumni in an organized manner. NITCA has the best governance practices in place. It strictly adheres to its constitution in letter and spirit. Some of the infrastructure work undertaken by the alumni through NITCA are the amphitheater, gazebo, IoT lab, information management system, and so on. Mentoring program for students, alumni as visiting faculty, etc., were organized to help the students in their academic pursuits. Similar projects and programs can be undertaken by alumni for the development of the institute and the students. I encourage all alumni to contribute individually or as batches in this endeavor. Let us give back to our alma mater as a part of what we have received from it. As mentioned in the introduction, I have set up an engineering and project management consultancy firm about 30 years ago and has been successful with assignments in India and abroad. In spite of my busy schedule in the development of my own institution, I had chances to get actively involved in the alumni matters to assist in the development of NITC. I consider this award as the culmination of all these efforts. I thank NITC at large and the jury in particular for selecting me from among many deserving alumni for this prestigious award. I congratulate all other distinguished awardees in different categories. All of you have excelled in your chosen field and can be proud of it. In conclusion, all the best to our alma mater and all those associated with it in one way or the other. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for relaying the message from Sri John Joseph. Let me now invite Sri Nirmal NR to receive the award for Emerging Alumni Leader. Sir, please come on to the stage and collect the award from our Honorable Chairman, BOG. Sri Nirmal NR is the CEO for three-wheeler business at Greaves Electric Mobility, the electric vehicle arm of Greaves Cotton, one of India's oldest business houses. Prior to the current role, Sri Nirmal scaled and ran India's only car-sharing platform, Zoomcar, as CEO India. Before Zoomcar, he had successfully launched Oyo Rooms in Kerala and ran the region with the best customer experience across the company. He started his career with Ashok Leyland as a manufacturing engineer after his BTech from NIT Calicut in 2005. While at NIT Calicut, Sri Nirmal was an office bearer of the Industrial and Planning Forum and the Mechanical Engineering Association and actively volunteered for cultural and technical fairs. He has an MBA from ISB and is a TEDx speaker who speaks on culture and kindness at work. Sir, requesting you to share a few words with the audience.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you very much for the honor. 23 years back, I came with my dad here for a counseling. We had choices of which institute to take, etc. So I was just telling my wife recently, 23 years back, I made one decision, right, to join this institute. It's almost like getting that blue Indian cap that Dr. Das talked about. I made the right decision then. This institute actually changed me. That said, so if you ask me, am I the best engineer this institute has produced? I certainly am not. In fact, my classmates who are better engineers than me took a couple of years more to complete the course. Because as they said, as he said, they did not search for knowledge just in books. They actually did a lot better than I did. I'm just being fortunate here to be here. And there are other people who did even better. For example, Dr. Epen, who referred me or nominated me for this award, He's a PhD in AI and bio-inspired design. I don't even comprehend that subject, right? So, but then what this institute and the ecosystem, including faculty, alumni, my project guide, Professor Ramachandran, and all the people did was to help me evolve as a person. That I'm very thankful to. I'm equally thankful to my colleagues at work and people who have mentored me over time. And more than anything, I'm actually thankful to my family, my parents who are seated there, my wife, and my son who is so excited right in front. I really don't get to spend enough time with them most of the time because of what I'm doing right now. But I think I kind of make up by making them proud a little bit, right, with these kinds of institutes. That's one. And I also see if this award is more of about a promise, right? It's not about achievement, to me at least. Maybe I'm the emerging leader, as they call it. So I really hope I live up to that promise that you're expecting, and I'm really thankful to the jury for considering me worth that. And maybe I'm too young to give advice to people, except that I have a son and I give advice to him. But so maybe I can give some of that to the students here also. I see some of the student volunteers here. So I just wanted to let them know that if I were in this college at this point in time, I would be doing exactly what you're doing. You wouldn't understand the importance of doing some of those things right now, but I think those are the things that really make you ready for the real world, right outside the cocoon that this institute is. It really helped me. I volunteered for a lot of things when I was here. So I just want you to know that that is so important. I just want you to understand that what you're doing has a lot of meaning. You will not know that now, but maybe later. And to end, maybe if I could just summarize it just the way I would do it for my son, I would say, be curious. You have to learn every day. It doesn't stop. It keeps happening throughout your life, as I've learned. Be brave. There'll be tough decisions that you have to take. You will have to take them. So be brave for that. But at the same time, be kind. Life is short. There is no reason to pull each other down. Be kind to everybody that you work with. So if I could just summarize it, be curious, be brave, and be kind. Thank you very much. Congratulations to all the other awardees. I'm really honored to be in your presence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, especially for your words on the value of volunteering. With that, we are almost at the end of the formal functions. I request Dr. Rajnikant GK, Dean Student Welfare, to propose the vote of thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to all of you. Today, as we gather to celebrate 63rd Foundation Day of the National Institute of Technology, we are honored to stand on the threshold of history, acknowledging the remarkable journey that has brought us to this momentous occasion. It is with great sense of gratitude and privilege that I extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all those who have graced us with their presence and contributed to the success of this remarkable day. First and foremost, my sincere gratitude goes to Dr. B.K. Das, the Director General, ECS of the DRDO, for gracing us as the chief guest. Your presence today serves as the beacon of inspiration to our academic community, igniting a passion for innovation and research. As we stand in the light of your accomplishments, we are reminded that through dedication, hard work, and relentless pursuit for excellence, remarkable feats can be achieved. We are equally privileged to have Swami Atma Priyananda Ji, the Vice Chancellor of Ramakrishna Mission West Bengal, as our guest of honor. His wisdom as well as motivational and insightful speech has instilled in us a renewed vigor to strive for excellence in every endeavors we undertake. We are equally privileged to have among us the Sri Gajjala Yogananda ji, the BOG member, the chairperson of the BOG NIT Calicut, for delivering the inaugural address. Your presence at this event signifies the guidance and the support that the Institute continues to receive from your leadership. Your words have provided a strong foundation for the day's proceedings and have set the tone for a day of reflection and celebration. I express my sincere gratitude to Professor Prasad Krishna, our beloved director, for steering the Institute towards new heights of academic excellence. His vision, dedication, and tireless efforts have instrumental in shaping the future of our institute, that is NIT Calicut. A special word of thanks goes out to our esteemed former directors, Director in charge, Deputy Director. Their dedication and unwavering commitment to NIT Calicut have played a vital role in shaping the excellence in our institution embodies today. Their presence on this special occasion serves as a profound reminder of the remarkable legacy they have built and the responsibility they have handed down to the upcoming generations. A heartfelt thank you goes out to our distinguished alumni. Your remarkable accomplishments stand as the living proof of the exceptional education that this institute provides. Your ongoing connection with NIT Calicut serves as a motivation factor for our students to reach for their aspirations. I express my heartfelt gratitude to Dean, Planning and Development, Professor Priya Chandran, for her outstanding efforts in planning and organizing the Foundation Day event. It was evident that your leadership and vision played a vital role in creating an event that not only celebrated our institution history and achievement, but also brought our NIT community closer together. My gratitude extends to former employees, faculties, present faculty members, non-teaching staff, students who have been an integral part of the NIT family over the years. Your collective contributions have molded the institution's identity and have played a vital role in shaping the lives of countless individuals. Lastly, I would like to wholeheartedly express my profound gratitude to the esteemed deans, HODs, chairperson of the various centers, the diligent Foundation Day organizing committee, dedicated volunteers, it may be student or faculty, and every unsung hero who toiled relentlessly behind the scenes to orchestrate and bring fruition to this grand event. Your unwavering commitment, tireless effort, and meticulous attention to detail have been pivotal in making the event unforgettable and cherished celebrations. In closing, let us remember the NIT's journey as one that continues to unfold with promise and potential. As we reflect on our past achievements and look forward to the future, let us remain steadfast in our commitment to excellence, innovation, and societal impact. Thank you once and all for coming here and gracing the occasion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Let's conclude the program with the national anthem. All are requested to rise up.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Now there is a small announcement. It's time for lunch. The distinguished guests, chairman, director, chief guest, former directors and director in charges and their families, alumni awardees and their families are requested to stay back here for lunch. Your lunch is served just outside the auditorium. All the other faculty, staff and student volunteers are requested to join